And I am here. Hello, hello. Might be that nobody's here yet. That's okay. Oh, there is a Catrax. Hello. How you doing? How you been? Oh, there is also Broccoli. Welcome back. Always lovely to see you all. Just sipping some coffee. Now the song finishes, which will be soon. And then we can return to our Exocolony. I forgot to change the stream title, but that's okay. Your 5th playthrough? Wow. I mean, how was it? Now that you know most of the things that can happen, I presume. I was actually thinking a lot about that too. I will certainly play this game again. Will I stream this game again? I might not, because I feel like the first playthrough is like a little special in that it's like you wanna read everything, but like subsequent playthroughs you probably only read the new stuff. You just kind of skip through whatever found before. So we shall see. There are a bunch of other games I also wanna get to eventually. But I will certainly play a game again. Also, a bunch of us look different now, so that's cool. I will talk with everyone, but Rex wanna say a thing, apparently. Over the years, a lot of people have started wearing a lot less clothing than you remember from when you were growing up on the climate-controlled stratospheric. Definitely a lot less than holowids you brought from Earth. Rex though. Rex has really acclimated to Vertonna hot slurry weather. Take a shot of instability. There is only these two options. Alright, we are wooing, I guess. Rex throws his back and laughs so loud it echoes through the courtyard. Oh, woo! He howls. Ah, woo! You both giggle, then lock eyes for a few seconds that feel like literal months. Eventually, Rex fixes you with a fangy smile and scratches the back of his head. It does nice things to this whole chest, shoulder, bicep situation. So, you like what you see, huh? Oh no. Did you deliberately went out of your way to have the worst thing happen? I mean, I can see it once you are like going through it so many times. Me too, he winks at you. Alright, let's go through everyone one by one. You look different. Whoa. Holy moly. Piloting at the garden with even more passion than usual. Stupid soldier assholes, he mutters, throwing weeds into a growing pile. You think you're so important? Well, you know, it's harder to grow stuff than it is to kill it. Not a day would know. There's only war on our nature cause we keep missing enough, he says, gesturing to a pile of green weeds. We are an invasive species, literally. Just gotta figure out a niche in the ecosystem, man. Biology 80 I have now. I will get radioactive plant. Well, I found this really pretty flower growing in the garden. I've never seen it before. It's a rat plant. What, it's radioactive? Good thing you know that. What do we do? You're not sure, but studied in Japanese lab you might be able to figure out. Okay. When is your stings? in late dust. That's gonna be a while. Kinda, yes, I getcha. What waves? Hello. Oh, you're getting big. Still don't have enough organizing. Mars is watching Hollowitz propping her head up with her hand. No, Newton's bloody apple, she curses. We have to go to stop rooting around like a payment soon. I'm going to literally go mad. Have a flower. Wow, you didn't really change, did you? Everyone's so serious all the time. Touching their chin with the tip of their finger. I'm trying my best to help, even if I'm not too good at soldier stuff. I can at least make things that make people smile. That's important too, right? Yeah, sure. You have some crystals. Hey, Rixton, doing anything fun? Have a tree. Wow, you look serious. So we are at war then, thanks as fiddling with the microscope. I am of mixed feelings. First of all, nature has been at war with us since the day we landed. So if it takes an official declaration in order to secure more resources for engineering, I accept it. Welcome to the good fight administration. On the other hand, it's ridiculous to declare war on an intangible enemy. One may as well declare war on aging. I only have one of these. What else do you like? Yellow flowers. You like the flowers, okay. I hope you find it useful. Oh, you have something else to say now. Oh yeah, we are stressed out. I forgot about that. The spot tank sitting on a large boulder outside the lab. Did we just get to new? Yeah, we got to 60. She's eating a pressed soy bar ration with determination, alternating bites with huge gulps of water to wash it down as quickly as possible. She stops her grim work long enough to acknowledge your question. I hit the limit of number of consecutive hours they allowed me to work in the labs, so I'm taking a break. How dare they? That's what I said. They just think they can boss me around because I'm younger. I'm smarter than any two of them combined. Ugh. I just want to work, you know? It's so frustrating to deep in the zone and feeling like I am just on the precipice of a discovery, and then someone tells me that apparently my genius is taking too long. I want them to treat me like I belong there, the way Dr. Instance does. She actually respects me. They're just jealous that she likes me more. Ben slides off the boulder and see your color bleed from her face as she stumbles into you, near crumpling to the ground. Oh. I thought the neutral uptake of that bar would be quicker than real meal, especially after taking into account the time required to walk to the cafeteria. Even faster, heckhead. Yeah. She's clutching your jacket. My apologies. I am regrettably, it seems, only human. Slaps her hands over her face. Sometimes I feel like I'm a prisoner in my own body. Like I can feel myself trapped in this sinking, sweating bag of meat and bad impulses, stuck with the burden of keeping it alive every day for the rest of my life. And you're crying? Reflexive lacrimation is an evolutionary response to emotional and physical stress. In other words, no, I'm not crying. It's just this resentment of my physical form. It reminds me of when I was little, and Instance used gene tech to give me this body, the right body. Only this body's wrong too. It's right in a lot of ways, but it's still imperfect. It's still human. Oh, she's not only transgender, she's a transhumanist, huh? Which makes sense. If I were an AI, everything would be more simple. I could just do my work. I could just do what I'm good at. No messy biological functions, no emotions, just clear and beautiful purpose. I hate this. I hate feeling like this. I'm always here to listen. Thanks. I apologize for being all wet on you. It won't happen again. Wow, Well, that's not gonna happen anytime soon. +6 if this is the highest value, and it starts on 2. She wipes her eyes and straightens her jacket and takes a deep breath. Holds it for 10 seconds, her eye closed. By the time she opens them again, she looks ready to go back to work, as if nothing happened. You admire Tage's determination, but sometimes you think it might come at a price. Yeah, middle of the loyalty rebellion scale is... that makes sense. Stoic and intelligent. Yep. Hi, girl. I keep trying to tell myself that not everyone needs to fight aliens, but I can't stand when Carl talks about how we all got to sing songs and get along. He's so stupid. I still don't know what else you like, so here's my last egg. You're a hero, and I'm starving. I am not giving you anything, but I wanna look at you. Oh, you sure look like a fascist. You're pretty good friends with Rex, aren't you? You wouldn't go on telling everyone that. It might not work great out for you. Just a bit friendly advice. Yeah, fuck you too. I'd rather be friends with the doggy than the fascist. Better a dog than a fascist. Wow, okay. I did not expect this look actually cool, not just trying to look cool. That's a cool ass outfit. Even with the oversized like arm thingies on him. I really like this. The soldiers are assholes. They stomp through the forest like they own it. They kill whatever they don't understand. They talk about how they're protecting us, but they're only making it worse. What are you like? Roots and devices, yeah. I'm running out of everything, really. You have a device. Their other designs are so good. They are. They are pretty damn good. I gave you stuff. Oh, you have something new to say. I missed it. You are shooting the breeze with Carl in the shadow of the geoponics dome when he leans over and waves at someone over your shoulder. Perk, hey, over here. Perk jerks over to you. He's a heavy-set adult with tattoos crawling up his arms that make him look like he's made of marble. He holds you with a stack of tiffins wrapped in a sash. Hey, you two. Seth and I were testing out recipes and we ended up making too much. Figured I'd run some lunch for ya. Kath takes the tiffins and opens the first one. Then Tildal. Shooting the breeze. I guess you are just like sitting in the breeze like resting. No way. Rex is the second one and a little something sweet in the third. You deserve it. How have you been working out? You eat up to Rixton, there's more than enough. Perk leaves you with to divide the spoils, and Carl goes right to the dessert. Having 4 parents is the best. He mumbles around the mouthful of sweet cake. Ah, I see. That's cute. Carl's mom, mounted Tyra, is in relationship with 3 other colonists. Parks is the newest member of his family. But even then, they have all been together for a while. Carl's always been surrounded by a lot of love at home. To talk someone with unimportant things for a long time is shooting the breeze. That I did not know. That's cool. Carl's follow his food. You know, sometimes I wonder if I'd want to date that many people like my mom does. Like finding one person who wants to date you is having the courage to ask them out already hard enough. Bruh, my palms are sweating just thinking about it. Okay, so we know that Carl is okay with polyamory. His family being polyamorous, but he's just kind of afraid to do it. That's useful information. Besides, it works fine for my mom, but I kind of feel like if I find someone, I want to just be with them, you know? I want to put all my energy into making them happy. Okay, so he's okay with it, but he doesn't want it, I think. That makes me kinda... Yeah, I think I will not pursue Carl this time then. Don't knock it until you try it. Bruh, I'm around it like literally every day. I'm pretty sure I know if it's for me or not. That's fair. The doll is sweet and fragrant, and tastes all the better for being made and delivered with love. You and Carl eat your fill before Carl excuses himself to go back to work. Okay. Fair enough, buddy. You're a good friend. I don't need anything else from you then. I don't wanna ruin it. Okay, I think I found everyone and everything this time, so time for a rest. Did you miss Mars? I don't think I did. Did I miss extra from? No, I gave her a flower. We can do a debate. What thing is that? That's debatable. Persuasion. Okay, we are not going to get there anytime soon. Relax in the park. No, Rickston! Your mom's voice rings through the garden before you even see her. You and Ricky Tikki pause your tracks when you see Ricky slithers away and hides under the bush. Your mom thunders down the path. Where is that little pink bastard? She hollers, weighing the garden in trouble. They ate my begonias! Your mom's been nurturing a couple of pots of begonias, beautiful flowering bushes with delicate blooms. Like most plants from Earth, they are exceedingly precious. Once the seed bank is used up, the only way to make more is successfully propagate them here on Ventumna. Ricky Tikki is innocent. You hear the hacking noise from under bush. Ricky Tikki creeps out from under the bush and, as if cue, honks up a white mass of pink and yellow petals. Oh no. Honey. Your mom fixes an angry gaze upon you. Your pet is a menace. At least spiders back home ate other pests. This one is a pest. You should just release the damn thing. Who knows what it's going to grow up to be? Everything here just keeps growing. Nothing on this planet knows when to stop. Like my begonias, perfectly contained in a little pot. They knew when to stop. I'm sorry, I'll train them better. Oh, more loyalty points. I'm watching you. I don't think I need this embarrassing lesson anymore. It seems like a good one to forget. It's your 17th birthday! Ah, nice coffee. But it's not just your birthday. Quite is a time of new growth, celebration of life and hope, not just for this year, but for humanity's presence and Vertumna for the years to come. You and your friends are the symbol of that hope. Quite literally, you're the future of humanity. The council has decided to throw a party in your honor, the Vertumna Youth Ball. Ours is going, of course. You get Ambrose invitation on real paper sipped under your door. I mean, am I am a party person? This will not go, that's for sure. I presume, I mean, Rex will be there. Sure, I guess I could go. You slip into some party clothes and head over to the lunch to celebrate. Well, yourselves. And yourself specifically. It is your birthday, after all. The lounge is decked out. The decorations look expensive. They must have taken a lot of nanoprinter creds. Your friends are transformed too. Everyone dressed up and looking like young adults you're becoming. You can hardly recognize some of them. Mars catches your eyes and waves, her bangles jingling joyfully. She looks a model for her holomags, every inch of her primed, painted and perfumed. Brixton, happy birthday! I'm glad you could make it, she says over the steady drum of the music. Things are over there, make your sang requested congruence and take off your shoes! You look down at your boots, then back up to Mars skeptically. She rolls her eyes and does a little bounce. Sock hope, just like Earth, duh! At the refreshment table, Carl is surfing his face of party food and Rex shoves 2 glasses of punch in your hands. Gotta stay hydrated, he says, pouring himself another glass. He'll be sweating it out, one way or the other, he winks at you. Don't let them fool you, Tangent mutters, jeering you. She smears globe of something pink and meaty looking on a cracker. It's a well-documented phenomenon that people inexperienced with imbibing alcohol will begin to act as if they are drunk, even if they are completely sober. I mean, of course, that I'm not going to suffer any bad behavior. Rex grins and he pulls a flask out of his vest and pours a healthy addition into his glass. Who says I'm gonna be an act? Let's get a little loose. Come on, it's a party. The music changes to something with fast, pounding beat. Rex throws his head back and howls. Woo! It's time to dance. All right, let's dance. Let's dance with Rex. You, Rex, and Marge take off to the dance floor. After a while, Em follows you, pulling vase behind her. Ugh. You all dance until it feels like your heart is going to burst from excitement, from exertion, and the sheer joy of throwing yourself around in the room with your friends. Ooh, Nomi, who's playing DJ with congruence. Okay, that makes sense. Swings up something a lot slower, more romantic. Grab a partner and pull them close, they announce dreamily, or whatever distance you feel both comfortable with. Everyone giggles awkwardly and shuffles around, feeling intangible friction of teenage politics. Who dances with whom? Who makes the first move? Yeah, is this even here? Think about Sim. Yeah, we can't even pick Rex, and we know that Carl is no longer available for us, basically. Nem is a problem right now. So is this even here? He is, okay. This is standing over by the DJ screen, helping Nomi with the song selection. He freezes up when you ask him to dance, stammering an excuse, but Nomi gives him a playful shove towards you. Go dance with Brixton, he says. I can handle things. Dancing with this is a bit of a disaster. Neither of you knows where to put your hands, and despite spending the entire song looking at his feet, he still manages to step on you. He holds your ringed arm and rock back and forth mechanically until the song mercifully comes to an end. Other couples don't seem to have your lack of chemistry. Em and Vase skip dancing and go straight to sucking face. Liz stares at them for just a bit longer than it is appropriate, then blushes and flees the dance floor. After the slow songs, Nomi spins Congruence Music's library to something a little more bounce to it. The dance floor is once more floods with bodies ready to gyrate the night away. But the tunes are abruptly interrupted by Governor Lump's earspeak checking the feed. Yeah, when your childhood friend is then dating the fascist, yeah. I mean, I get why she would do that, but it is what it is, man. Maybe she can open her eyes eventually. Strides to the stage, flanked by security chief Rat. Everyone is on the dance floor whines in unison at having some buskill adult stop the music, but Lump just raises his hand and smiles indulgently. Look at all of you, young pioneers. I look at you and I see the future, not just of this colony, but of all of humanity. You catch a few pins rolling their eyes. You've heard this before. Rat here, good man, real good man, really, the best of the colony, shared this poem from a great earth poet, and continues, Nah, I am not one for poetry myself, but damn if it's not something I want to share with you kids tonight, on the eve of something really big. We cannot tarry here, we must bear the brunt of danger. We, the youth, sinew races, all the rest of us depend. This childhood friend stops being my friend, yeah. Down the edges, through the passes, up the mountain steep, conquering, holding, daring, venturing, as we go to the unknown ways. Pioneers, oh pioneers. We primeval forest felling, we the river stemming, waxing we and piercing deep the mines within. We the surface board surveying, we the virgin soul upheaving. Pioneers, oh pioneers. This is bullshit. Yeah, fuck that. Rat looks a little pained, but one continues. What do you think that poem means, kids? Does that mean we should sit here in our colony, politely waiting for this planet to make space for us? He clenches his fist evocatively in the air. No! It means we need to get out of there. We need to grab Ventumno by the balls and make it respect us. Points to you specifically. I need you, the next generation, to lead the charge. This is your planet, and you are old enough to defend it. I'm asking all eligible fighters to join squads massing at expeditions. To get out there and attack those monsters where they live. We're taking the fight to them. No more hiding behind the walls. No! No, this is bad. Fast and Nem leads the cheering that erupts. Woman Rat leave the music spins back up again, but only a few die-hard partygoers still want to dance. Everyone else is broken into small groups discussing the announcement. You are. I am angry. I don't like that. This is bullshit, exclaims, causing few heads to turn. They're not even going to try to figure out why the animals are attacking us. They're just going to kill, kill, kill. He wheels his arm over his head. Aren't you supposed to be better than that? This clearly agrees, though, much more quietly. They don't even know what's out there. They have no idea what they're up against. Agree with those two. The party fizzles out as everyone leads away from the lounge. You return to find your parents have stayed up to make sure you got home safe. They never done that before. You've always been told the colony was safe. Now, you see their grim expressions and you know what the time is over. Checking if anyone has extra stuff to add to this. I feel like there won't be. Oh, actually. You're catching up with Nem between her drills, and when she looks over your shoulder and frowns. Newton's bloody apple. She's here again. She shrinks behind you. You turn at the other end of the garrison and you can see a small crowd of young soldiers forming around Chief Steward Antecedent. I'm butchering that word. She's handing out lunch tiffins and doling out hugs to anyone who comes within melee range, which is quite a few of them. You noticed just from hanging around the garrison, even some of the transplant and Helio soldiers have started calling her auntie. This must be why. She comes by every couple of days, like we are still kids in the creche playing in her skirts. It's so disruptive. Eventually, the crowd around Antecedent thins and she makes over to you and them. She greets you with a warm hug. She smells like flour and yeast. Hello, Rixton. Have you eaten? I'm fine, auntie. Let me switch out your water bottle then, she says, taking yours and giving you a full one. It's important to stay hydrated. Antecedent turns to Nem. You can almost feel the temperature in the room drop several degrees as Nem stonily stares down at her mother. Antecedent's smile grows thin and she clutches the handles of her basket. How about you, Annie? Have you eaten? Do you need... Nem goes and crosses her arms. I'm fine! Just like I was yesterday and last week. I don't need you to manage me. If you're sure, she responds hesitantly. It's a mother's job to worry, Annie. She reaches out to her hands to Nem's scary cheek, but Nem jags backwards and slaps her hand away. Oh yeah? You just sit around and worry? Must be nice. I bet you'd like if that was all I did too, huh? If I quit being a soldier and spent all day cuddling babies and wiping noses and fixing clothes like you did, nice and safe in the creche forever. She's your mom. Stop being such a bitch about it. Stay out of this, Rixton. I never thought that, Annie, she says, laying her hand on her heart. I worry because I love you, and I always will. I'm just doing what I can to keep you safe. Love doesn't keep anyone safe, Nem exclaims, raising her words enough that some of the soldiers turn their head to watch. Her thunderous expression convinces most of them to get back to their business. Nem clenches her fist. Love didn't come straight, did it? There is no amount of love and worry this whole stupid planet that can do, so you should just stop, okay? Stop or do something actually useful. I'm never gonna be like you. I'm gonna fight. Oh no. Vase spills off from his unit and jogs over beside them. You okay, babe? He asks, putting his hands on Anemone's shoulder. She covers it with her own and angles her body towards him. Yeah, everything's just galactic. My mom was just about to tell me again how much she wishes I would give up being a soldier so I can pop out babies and be safe. Aunt Ascendant Spot was trying to explain herself, but Face beats her to it. Anemone is an exemplary soldier, Chief Steward. I know it's hard for a mother to accept, but we are all much safer with her service to the colony. Puts her one finger under Nem's chin, talking directly to her. And remember, Nemi, that we exist to protect people like your mother, to preserve the bond between parents and their children. Face gives Aunt Ascendant a stiff smile. If the stars align, one day we won't lose any more sons. A soft oh escaped Aunt Ascendant as she bolts her eyes. Oh, you are one of the good ones, aren't you? She says, clearly trying not to cry. I love to hate these people. Yeah, I think that's kind of the point. Just walking in the footsteps of the good men and women who served before me, ma'am. We couldn't do it without you keeping the hearth lit for us. Speaking of, I'll take lunch if you have any left. I mean, he is trying to get to her good side, clearly. And the Ascendant laughs and hands him a tiffin from her basket, then goes up to her toes to give him a quick hug. Over her shoulder, Vase shoots a cheeky wink at Nem, who rolls her eyes and snorts. Okay, no one else, huh? No, seems like everyone else is fine. She's fucked. We shall see. We are only 17. This game, I think, goes until 20. Should just had a fight with her. It's fine. Survey the Ridge is perception and engineering. I mean, I think we did all the things we could. Yes, until 20. So we have still quite a bit of time. I guess we go surveilling the ridge. Because that might have some events that we haven't seen yet. And it might open a new one. As it usually is. You report to expedition stand to find not just Utopia, but Security Chief Red and Vase as well. You're no longer a teenager. Well, until you are no longer a teenager. Yes, that is true. I just can't spare any more of my people. You already pulled most of all my foragers, and we're running out of crews in the ridges as it is. There's one person you can spare. Hello, Rickson. How'd you like to transfer onto my hunting parties? Utopia tells me you're one of their best explorers. We could use someone like you. I need someone who can keep up with this one. Vase just puffs his chest out proudly. This one is the next one with Vase, so I skipped it mostly. Why do we need to kill them? Because they are killing us, Rickson. Keep up! He clenches his fist. It's the classic struggle between humanity and nature. Nature's not all flowers and rainbows. On Earth, everything and everyone was trying to kill each other. For survival, for food, hell, even just for fun. I can't wait to bag a real trophy Xeno. The first 10 points back to Onweb Tumna. But there's... I don't want to kill animals for fun. You won't be killing them for fun. You'll be killing them to defend the colony. This is a difficult one. I wanna explore the place and see if I could get through without killing animals. But do I tell them that I'd love to hunt? That seems like a lie. Because I really don't like. Sure, I would kill a living creature if I had to, but I wouldn't love to hunt. Like, neither of these is true. You will have to hunt, have to kill animals there? Okay. I would never kill a living creature then. Even if it's trying to kill you. That's what I meant, like, that's why it's a third option, please. I know you were strato kids were soft, I didn't know you were suicidal. Not everyone is cut out for life in that situation. You know, Rixton, it's not all killing. Sometimes it's about tracking and igniting that dangerous creature before they reach our walls. You wouldn't necessarily have to kill them. Okay. But you don't have to decide just yet. Talk to Utopia later if you change your mind. But I wonder if I can change those odds, right? Like, maybe I can do stuff that makes it so they don't attack us without killing them. Who knows? Do I want this card? It's not a bad card, to be fair. Let's take it. Very healthy, not lethally hard. Find the source, get an engineering. Like, that's what I mean. It's like, when I am doing quests I've already seen, I just kind of want to click through them. Excuse me, because I like, there's no new information or anything here, so might as well just click. You're getting thirsty. Yeah, you are having the fight if you do that. Okay, I see. I mean, making the colony safe is important, but I wanna find why they are attacking. I wanna fix the source, not just like kill animals and be done with it, you know. And I know that's probably gonna be a thing eventually. Like, I hope it will be. It would. They teased it a lot, so it would be weird not to be. Really, they can find it a bit annoying, often as calling back to read, but it's very useful later on. Makes sense. I film it from a distance. Can I sell the rest of the tribe? Having a chance to survive or migrating. Plus to creativity. It sounds good. Okay. Creativity is useful. You realize... Well, let's just run. You know, there was no rain. I quite enjoyed these holographic videos you gave me. I have been learning so much about the humanity from them. However, are parsecs not a measure of distance, not time? Give me some drugs. Thank you. And also I brought you another thing that you might like, because you like everything. Here, have a flower. Oh, there is a lot of way out of the conflict. You will find the good ones if you're lucky. Okay. That's the hope. You and Liz are talking at one of the ruined buildings here. A jet black stone cube now reduced to rubble, overgrown with large snaking roots and cluster of black crystals. Hello, curious little humans. Seems as cheerfully peering up from behind. How is the archaeology going? Are you having fun digging up the secrets of the planet? You and this exchange cautious look at Simstone, but Sim just laughs. I've convinced the others to allow me to nudge you towards the truth. He says, sitting primely on an outcropping of obsidian that matches his long, oil-slick hair. It's not a trick. Well, do you have any questions for me? Did they live underground? Yes, largely. Though as you can see, there are some facilities above ground, such as this one. Nearly all of them were what you'd consider agoraphobic, and very little sight to speak of in their physical forms, but they loved looking at the planet through the eyes of its creatures. Sometimes they visited the surface by taking forms better suited to it, though the process was often painful. Why aren't there more ruins? Well, it's been a while. 20,000 years is a long time to clean up a mess. We've worked quite hard. There are only a few places left to the surface of the planet where you can still see the convergent domains work, but it used to cover almost everything. Much of their technology was organic, fungal specifically. You won't be unearthing any bed frames or dinnerware. It's all long since rotted away or gone wild and grown into something new. On Earth, look, I am beginning to speak like you. Heaven, this was alive once, he says, stroking the obsidian ruin. It grows like coral, a silicon-based fungal life form, genetically engineered to take whatever form it was needed. It's extinct now, only bones are left. Are you convergent domain? Oh no, the convergent domain is extinct. As you can see, I'm still quiet here. The gardeners are only part of the convergent domains that still exist today. But we are not them. We were their tools tasked with protecting the planet's ecosystem. And now we are something more. Did they make these crystals? Yes! They are self-replicating silicon-based species that behave much like fungus. They are connected below the ground in a massive network. They were the convergent domain solar collectors, and for some time they were the only living thing on much of the surface of the planet. It's hard to imagine, right? No mush trees, no poof shrooms, not even these mountains, just endless fields of sharp crystals and smooth obsidian ground, drawing in all the energy and storing it under the surface. Whatever could they have used it all for? Then there were earthquakes. It certainly shook things up. What did they look like? Like worms. What do humans look like? Did you kill the convergent domain? Well, I think that's enough questions for today. Who can say what happened to them exactly? The earthquakes that formed these ridges shook the planet around that time, but perhaps it was their own greed and hubris that turned on them. Sim's about to make a leave, but Dibs jumps in his way. Wait! I have a question. What if someone wanted to become a gardener? Is that possible? Sim stares this for a long time. I'll have to think about that one. Sim answers slowly, then he leaves, soundless against the sand. Looking around first, making sure Of all the things. Oh, this is here and that's a new one. This is an entirely different person when he's outside the colony walls. Without people constantly trying to correct her asocial behavior, it's like he's blossomed into someone who's actually confident. The more time you spend with him out here, the more glimpses you catch of the real Tis. Bet you can do this, he says, jumping off a huge boulder and doing a cool roll at the end. Wait, no, bet you can't do it with your eyes closed. I can. You and this cavort around are daring each other to more things and more than dangerous things. This isn't scared of anything. You think you can see something up of the plateaus above you. The cliffside is covered with inconvenient vines. We can flirt. I don't know if he wants to flirt right now. Maybe I should have saved. He liked this better. Now it's your turn. Well, you dared him, so you gotta follow through. The vines are slippery and dangerous, and some of them are even alive and wriggle when you grab them. You lose your grip at the top and you slip and start to fall. But this grabs you. Got you! Your heart is thumping and you're all sweaty from fear, but you did it. This looks so calm and collected, even though he just climbed the same treacherous wall and had to save you from a long fall. Why doesn't he ever seem scared? The plateau... You have auto-saves before events and talks? Okay. The plateau is empty, but provides a great view to look out over the western ridges. You and this take a break and watch the shadows creep across the dusty, craggy landscape. This is the life. No school, no gossip, no bullies, no one telling me what to do or what to think. There we go! He props his elbow up his knees and squats into the suns. Even with my augmentation in the colony, I always feel like such a coward. Oh, that's your augmentation? You don't have fear? Maybe the problem isn't me. It's everyone else, you know? I'm not scared of any of the usual stuff. Monsters getting hurt, even dying. Like, who cares? But humans keep finding ways to control people with fear. Well, they can't control me. Sometimes weird when there's a monthly activity as it loads before it anyway. Ah, yeah, I see. No sense of fear. I'll never call you coward again. You might not be alive right now if it weren't for his fearlessness and fast thinking. It wasn't that long of a fall, he says, but you can tell he's a little pleased you understand too. 93. Another thumper. Oh, it's the pillar again. We've seen this one before. Actually, this is unchangeable. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's his augment. Like, he just doesn't seem to, like, every dare you do, he just does without question. He's not afraid of anything, but yeah, that's just his thing. Find the scraps of Covenant Domain. Yep. More funny devices. Another yellow one. You are back in the Wormhole Observatory. Explore at random. You bravely try all the elevators, some broken. One gets stuck for an hour and you think you're gonna die in there. Then it chucks to life. Then you find an Ori. It's a beautiful room under one smaller pyramid. The light from your hoopum glimmers of the crystals in rainbow colors, dotting the walls and ceiling in familiar constellations. There's one huge crystal plate embedded in the wall engraved with deep glyphs. convergent domain writing, you guess, and some kind of map. In the center is clearly a representation of the wormhole. Lines extend from the wormhole to other points of the map, and many more glyphs you can't read. The crystal is cut up into shards like it could move around, but it's still dark and probably has been for thousands of years. You run your hands around the panel, looking for a way to turn it on. Your hands encounter a slot. Upon further inspection, it seems like the match of one of your artifacts you picked up in your survey. You slot the glowing pick device. You slot the glowing pick device into the slot. The crystal planes on the wall come to life, the glyphs on them glowing. They start to move in an unnervingly organic way, like melting into water and sliding over the surface, rearranging themselves. It's not just writing. The very surface of the panel rises and lowers like braille. The glyphs pulse and glow at the same swirly purple pink as the glowing device, which you realize must be the power source, a convergent domain battery. It's like an orrery for the wormhole. This must be one of the best preserved bit of convergent domain technology found yet, and an excellent sample of the writing. You start to piece together the glyphs of the convergent language. You can recognize the symbol of Verdumna, the wormhole, the converger, and basic verbs like being and going, and one that seems to mean bending or twisting that is used all over the place. It starts to get easier. You think your brief connection to the array must have left you with some of the convergence language in your subconscious. It's all so much to take in, and it's getting late. Better bring all your recordings back to Congruence, and the rest of the archaeology team wrench away for a bit. They'll be thrilled. Yeah. There's the crystal stuff somewhere around here too. Hello. I seem to remember there is like more. Yeah, there. Usually something cool here. Essentially study the large crystal outcroppings. Alien solar panels. Yep, that's all. I could get back home. I think everything else is just like dangerous, sleepy stuff. So I think this is fine. Yeah, let's just get back home. Seemed good enough. You're browsing the colony bulletin board on your holopalm over the breakfast when you notice a new post from Nomi. It seems to be a short story. The title is Xenos to the Rescue. Oh boy. You open a story and read through it. Wow, it's actually pretty good. Nomi did a good job of grounding an unrealistic premise of talking manticores with relatable characters and strong emotional story. With your help on some of the finer details, Nomi's written something that truly elevates the art form. You get a notification through your holopad that you have received some kudos along with a message from Nomi. Thanks for the help, Rixton! Here is your royalties! Cute. I kinda wanna work on my creativity so I don't have to fucking Xeno Wrangler again. And we are getting there anyway, and that one is easy for us to level up. Doesn't seem like... oh! I was gonna say, doesn't seem like anyone wanna talk, but... You spot this about to head out in the expedition. He's carrying a full backpack with a second one at the feet full of surveying equipment. As you approach, you realize he's writing in a notebook, an actual notebook with paper and everything. Raised on his knee with one foot on his equipment. He looks at you as you approach, closes his notebook, slipping into the jacket pocket of his heart. Oh hey Rixton! Are you coming too? That's cool, maybe we'll be posted near each other. What are you writing? Just stuff. I like writing on paper. It feels more real, you know? And it's more private than having everything on your holopalm where people could find it. You beg him for more details. This huffs through his nose, but he looks amused. Just stuff. How I'm feeling, what the weather is like, what people are doing around the colony. I like observing people. Sometimes I pretend I'm an alien and I'm studying how people act so I can blend in. Do you ever write about me? Well, sure, you're part of the colony, right? And you're my friend, so of course I write about you. You're about to ask to see, but you're interrupted by Utopia calling for all hands on board for the expedition vehicles. This stoops to pick up the surveying equipment, then he's gone without another word. He must not want you to know what he's writing about. You curious? I think that was a good place to flirt. So we can go for engineering or creativity. What is med-based stuff again? Empathy and biology. Reasoning and empathy. Graduation and creativity. I think that's something we need to do. Let's do a little bit of that. We're so close to get the next level of creativity, and even the next level of empathy. Empathy is actually closer. Shite. It's only +1 empathy, +3 empathy for here, and +3 biology. They're close to ending biology though. Let's study humanities this time. Congruence asks you to take a stack of blank paper and a box of pencils from the classroom nanoprinters and pass them out to the class. Today we will be practicing our handwriting. But congruence, why would we ever need to write by hand when we have holopalms? This exercise will be part of history lesson, part future skill. In the future you may not always have to access to holopalm technology. Our replicators and computers will break down eventually, and when they do, you will have to rely on low-tech solutions to everyday tasks. So first lesson, how to correctly hold a pencil. You and the other students get to work learning how to print by hand. How to print by hand is a good way to say that. You can also help the kitchen. Oh, okay. It's a little bit like holding a stylus, but the texture is all wrong. Your letters are small and cramped, and you have to keep trouble keeping a straight line. Deng, though, is suffering the worst. Ha! Looks like we finally found something Deng isn't good at. Look, she's mixing up her lower A's and E's. I volunteered to clean the toilets. Deng is using a stylus with her holopalm, but she's never actually drawn the letters. She fumbles like a child, brushing her fists against the holopalm for the first time. It's painful to watch. You can tell she's getting more frustrated with each letter. Mars, on the other hand, has lovely penmanship. She can even write cursive. My papa taught me when I was a little. Cultured people know how to write for real. Writing by hand is stupid anyway. Sure, you two can say you were never competing, but we all know I won. He finishes copying the poem onto a piece of paper and signs with a flourish as Tang watches enviously. Anyone has stuff in Poland? Early dust. Late dust. Late wet. Both of you. Early wet. Early Poland, you. Oh, you have something to say, but first. Hit it up and down with eye. You've found something different with your hair. New body spray? No, that's a new shirt. Whatever you're doing is working for you. Grows sexily at you, then cracks up. Here, have the thing. And you brought me a perfect stick for my collection. What do you want, buddy? What's up? You're looking around for Carl when you overhear him just around the other side of Geopanic's dome. For the last time, leave me alone. You get closer and find Carl facing down Rat and Vase. They cornered him, their body language calm and relaxed, while Carl's so angry he's almost shaking. Carl, please listen to us. We are not here to conscript you. I can't force you to join the army. All I'm saying is that I need a good, loyal, strong young man like you out there in the front lines. You're a good boy, Carl. I admire your passion for peace and your dedication for fighting for it. That's why I'm here, asking you to help me protect the colony. Protect the colony? That's such a lie. You're not protecting anyone. You're just slaughtering defenseless animals in their homes. It's disgusting. Hey, show some respect. For who? Psychopaths like you? Vase roars and looks like he's about to take a swing, but Red holds him back with one hand raised. Vase slings back to Reed's side, glowering at Carl. I can tell you need a little more time. I just wanted you to know that my door is always open if... Are they bothering you, Carl? Your mom comes up behind you, her presence smothering the encounter like a blanket over a fire. I need you inside, she says to Carl, then turns to Red. My people are too busy filling your soldiers' bellies with to listen to your war stories, Red. Don't worry. He gets plenty of war stories from me. Red backs off. You're right, Lulu. I've taken up too much of your young Scar's time. Vase looks like he's about to leap off again, but Red speaks before he can. All I ask is you keep it in the back of your mind, Carl. When you come around, I'll be happy to talk about your options. With that, they leave. Vase gives you a scathing look as they pass. Cat sits down heavily on the sack of fertilizer he must have been carrying before Vase and Red cornered him. This isn't even the first time, he mutters, his face in his hand. They are really dead set on me joining the hunting parties. I told them I don't want to kill anything, and the Red was like, it's okay, you can just tell us how to kill them. He looks exaggerated, like that's any better. I wish they could leave you alone. Me too. They have real messed up idea of what it means to serve the colony. Like, who would think they grows their food? Ghosts? How picks us for a loose thread on the sack he's sitting on. Man, this whole war is lightspeed stupid. Loom and his people came crashing here and think they run the place because they have bombs and guns, and nobody stops to think like, maybe we are actually the invasive species here. We have to live in harmony with nature. I'm glad you agree. I just feel like we just showed up and put ourselves right in the middle of a food web, and we didn't even think for a second about the chaos that could cause in the ecosystem. We own this planet to do our best to try to understand it. Maybe the answer is out there. You go on expedition a lot, right? Can you keep an eye for, like, the answer for everything? Carl's shoulder slumps in a sigh and he pushes himself to feet. Man, I wish I could talk about this stuff with Anemone, he says, slinging the sack of fertilizer over his broad shoulders again. You can see why Red wanted to get him in the defense force so badly. I miss her. I miss that we used to be so close when we were kids, but she's gone all human supremacist now, and I just can't stomach that, you know? Yeah, I know. Can give you free stuff for now. Making decision-based mistakes of the humans we purposefully left behind on Earth is foolishness. You may as well ask the Starcell guidance like astrologers. No, I will be taking questions at this time. You have a flower. Anyone that will have things at wet can get a gift. Too much to do. Am I the only person who literally holds to the colony who realizes that we literally the alien seal? We have so many strange devices now. Okay, so I guess if I did some delivery, maybe I could end up cooking, but it doesn't seem like I can, and I don't want to do this. Organizing and perception. Organizing I will never have enough, and perception I have enough. I wanted to check what else I can get. Oh, cakes are pretty good. It's an A-point card. I wanna get the memory backpack, but I will get it once I have enough, whatchamacallit, if I have another slot, I will probably put that in there. What else I can do? Tend to the animals is animals and empathy. Xenobotany is... whoever's... they are just for gifts. Oh, I see. Oh, it's 8 of them. Oh, I see, I see. Biology and organizing. There was something that was like... you could take more of a look at this X thing. Anyway, we can do that later. We have to get our creativity up a little bit more. I wanna be cool. Stop wrangling Xenos. So let's just... oh, we can apply to the robotics lab now? Let's try that. Let's see what happens. Yeah, fix the robot. Oh, Rixton, thank you. I was running diagnostics with a little fellow one day, broke away and made a run for it. I really need somebody. Yep. Repair robots. Engineering and creativity! The 2 stats we wanted! And friendship with Nomi Nomi. Okay, we got our next thing. We got the thing we want to do. You're honestly pumped for your first day in the robotics lab. There wasn't enough room on the Strato for a proper lab, so most of your life you've been warned that the bots the colony relies on, like the watering bots and the hoverites, will eventually all break down for good. With fully functioning robotics lab, you should be able to keep those robots active for a lot longer. Plus, all sorts of unused bots in here. You look around and wonder at the wide array of chassis and shells. Maybe one day you'll be able to create new robots of your own. You can't wait to show what you can do. Congruence is so relieved that you have an assistant. Since Hal died, well, Dr. Instance is too busy to help. Dungeon sometimes lends a hand, literally, but she seems to be more interested in her own projects. The chief engineer seems to think they are lost cause, that we should just recycle them. I would never thought they were trash. Programming is super cool. I want to build something massive. I just like to fix things. I want to build something massive. Oh yeah. Maybe you could make me a body one day. I've always wanted to be 10 feet tall. Go ahead, look around. If you have any questions, let me know. You spend the day getting to know your way around the robotics lab, meeting all the bots you're going to be working with. These broken forgotten bots just need a little TLC. +1 on blue cards. 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it better if I do this? 1 better. Mid. Quick run around. Oh, Anomany. What's up, buddy? We're supposed to meet Nem for lunch, but she didn't show up. You head for the garrison to see if you can find her. You spot Nem's shock rat a shock of red hair over the close-range fighting rings. As you approach, he finishes a flurry of blows with the roundhouse stick that almost knocks the training dummy's head clear off. Kia! Nem roars, echoing off the vaulted ceiling of the garrison. Nem steps back from the ring and pulls up the bottom of her shirt to wipe her face, flashing you a glimpse of her muscular stomach and blue-green scaling that dances over her ribcage and down her hips. Her skin shines with sweat under her harsh lights. I mean, she is literally a scaly. I still like her. I'm sorry. You catch her eye and she shoots you a smile, as quick as bright as the sun, glinting off a metal roof before it disappears behind her usual bleak expression. She jogs over to you. What do you do here, Rixton? We're at 98 still. Oh, you were supposed to eat together today? I'm sorry. It's okay, you were busy. Yeah, but that's no excuse. I should have been more aware. Em grabs a water bottle and drinks from it, then pours the rest over her head and flicks the water through her shaved side. You can still go get some chow if you want. Just give me a sec. Em pulls an oversized sports bra sweater over her workout clothes, her thumbs popping through the holes worn in the cuffs. The lettering of the back reads Kombucha. As you exit the garrison, you're stopped by a few of the other soldiers who all seem to want to give Nem a high five and tell her about their days. Even though she's clearly exhausted, she musters up a few heartening words for each of them. They all know I'm dating ways, she says apologetically when you finally emerge in the sunlight. It's weird, all of a sudden I'm like a hero to them too. And I haven't done anything yet. I train every day though, probably like 6 or 8 hours, she says, rubbing her shoulders and stretching out as she walks. It feels good to work hard, like it just wipes all the bad thoughts. Anything that's bothering me, it just goes away, poof. I can't afford to lose my focus. I can't let myself get distracted. If I do that, someone dies because of it. Null it, man. The thought of it, it keeps me up at night. Sometimes I just get up and run around the colony until I'm too tired to stand. No one else is gonna die on my watch. You understand that, right? You work harder than anyone. How do you do it? What are you waiting for, Rixton? Being the best is all I care about. Because there's no other choice. Because there's just no other choice, I think. I think that's my only choice, to be the best. Yeah, ain't that the truth? People should be able to just live their lives. We shouldn't have to fight so hard to survive, but here we are. He runs her fingers over the knobby scales of her jaw. I wonder, what would I have done if I didn't have to defend the colony against a bunch of dumb aliens? Probably shouldn't think about that. What matters is that what I have to do. What we both have to do. Don't like that. Egg. When is your thingies? Early dust. Dust is the next one, I believe. And you are wet. Wet. I guess I can give you a thing. Because wet is far away. And you already had your thing. Can't give you anything. Can I hug you? What happens if I hug you now? You have been flirting with me for like a year now. Rex folds you into his arms, bending his whole body to you. It smells warm and a little spicy, like clean sweat and sunshine. It's a good hug. The kind that makes you instantly just a little more relaxed. I see. No second hugs. That seems weird. Okay, we are getting back to the Robo Lab. Let's make some robots. The hell Nanopaus didn't have an onboard AI like Congruence, which must have been hard. She runs the robotics lab just like she runs all the rest of the colony system, silently and perfectly. Working with her is like working with all-knowing, all-powerful God, who doesn't mind doing all the chores. You always know Congruence was more advanced than all the other bots put together, but you didn't realize that this assumption was literal. She programs all the bots based off her own code, so it's almost like they're part of her. Sometimes while you're working a bot, she'll joke that it tickles. As Congruence hands, you do physical maintenance on the bots. The one you see most often are the Vacu bots, and the colony has gotten larger and much dirtier. They are more like get clogged and break down. And people have to do more cleaning by hand, which makes them complain to command, which means more maintenance requisition on your desk. One Vakubot is particularly just eccentric. It's broken into a way that can't really permanently fix, but you keep patching it up and sending it back to serve the colony. So you decide to name it. Chat, what do we name the robot? My instinct is Roomba, but I am open for suggestions. Just taking a look at other stuff in the meantime. Roomba is nice. All right, Roomba it is. Fixing rundown tech. You stencil the bot's name on its chassis and send it to Merry Way. There you go, little Roomba. See you in a few days. Cars with gems are wild. Huh. Oh, hello. Nomi is in their usual spot in the lounge, surrounded by their steadily growing collection of body pillows and stuffed animals. They curl up with their arms around the giant plushy creature. They seem to be scrolling listlessly through the movies available for the Media archive. Okay. No! I've been betrayed. I finished all my Maid Stalker's Aries and it ended on a cliffhanger. They tip over the other side, clutching their plushie to their chest in anguish. Didn't know what the stratosphere have left Earth before the series finished airing. Now every episode except the two-parters. Now you have every episode except the two-parter season finale. Now I'll never know how it ends. It's just not fair that we'll never have any new shows to watch. Creativity or empathy? This isn't about the show, is it? Nomi wipes their eyes and heaves a big sigh. Yeah, I guess that's kinda true. It just reminds me that pick a thread on their plushie, you know, that everything ends and sometimes it's a lot sooner than you'd expect. When I got here, I remember looking at your huge media library and thinking, wow, galactic, I'm never gonna run out of things to watch. It felt like the whole world was still ahead of me, ready to be discovered. A new planet, a new people, a new life. Now it feels like everything is just on fire all the time, and everyone is always on my case about how I need to grow up. What's so bad about being innocent? Why does everyone have to be so grim all the time? And I don't get any more episodes of this stupid show I like, it's not fair. I get that, it's hard. Nomi nods, their chin wobbling as they try to keep it together. Yeah, they say, tipping their heads to the ceiling, trying to put on a brave smile. Thanks for getting it, Rixton. Yeah, I need a break soon, which is annoying because I want to wait until... So how much stress does this give? It's 10 stress, making it me 98. So I get to do one more thing, which is enough. Yeah, because these are 15 stress ones. Let's do a 10 stress one. 10 flags you down on the hallway. Oh, Rixton, do you have a moment? You go out the expedition sometimes, right? At least far more than I do, or I would ever wish to. So, would you do me a favor? Of course. It's a small thing really, but I am to understand it's not terribly dangerous either. I simply needed to bring me some Hopi eggs the next time you come across the nest out there. I would ask this, but... why? For science, obviously. It's on a need-to-know basis and you don't need to know. Just bring me some eggs and you can tell Chief Engineer that you're holding me back. Why you're holding me back. I'll keep an eye out for them. That's all I ask. They are quite common, if the reports of the foragers are to be believed. They tell what they commonly find the nest in Valley of Vertigo. It's positively lousy with them. For science! Not a great hand. Yeah, we get another early dust. I believe some people are dusty. Shop gadgets, new cars in the depot. Okay, that's not what I wanted. New perk? 5% chance to gain 1 extra skill. Okay. It's called small skill boost perk. Okay, that's alright. Yeah, I wanted to check who is the dusty ones. Early dust, yeah, there we go. Let's max it out for Vidya. I keep trying to tell myself that not everyone needs to fight aliens, but I can't stand when cars talk about. Yeah. You have an egg. Cool, thanks. I guess it is my birthday this week. We are on 100 now. Who else is in dust? You are at late dust, that's next. You are wet. We don't know you. Are you an early duster? No, it's shorter than they're drawing a whole page dedicated to the native autumnal plants. They look up and drop their cheek with the end of the pencil. I know we're supposed to believe Governor Lum, but what if we accidentally hurt the planet? What if some super cool plants and animals die? I think it'd just be nearly sad if it happens. Still not your birthday. I believe we met it out perfectly. We have now B-goal creativity now. 66. We get some more. Chief Security Rat has brought one of the sentry turrets to repair. This damn thing got jammed again. He exclaims exaggerated. They turn on, but instead of firing, they just make the loud buzzing noise. He flicks the turret on, and the room is followed with high-pitched, clunking squeal. You wince and cover your ears. It's annoying, but it's not very effective. Can you make them kill things again with bullets, not with noise? Sure. I mean, that's why I'm here. Working on the turrets is a bit of a trial and error, but you figure it out. Fix the jammed one, grease the rest, and adjust the programming so they don't shoot quite so fast. After a few years out in the elements, they are getting some wear and tear, and the old machines need to be repaired delicately. You should just read that requisition some crews to build shelters for the turrets. Red is impressed by your handiwork and transfers you a few extra kudos. This year's Vamptonia is usually in with a big military band, horns, drums, and supplemented by recording of parade music from Earth. Robert Lum strides out of command on a grand red carpet and ascends the stage to a raucous applause. Thank you, everyone! Look at you! Look at this colony, finally truly united. All it took was a common enemy. I look at you beautiful people, you strong people, you good human people, and I see a fire in your eyes. I see courage in your hearts. I see a colony that's ready to win. I see a colony that's here to stay, Verptumna. Do you hear me? Do you hear me, Verptumna? We humans aren't going to hide anymore. Lam gestures to Security Chief Red to join him on stage and continues. The original fugitive colonists got it wrong. In Roman mythology, Vertumnus was the god of cultivation, not the rampart god in growth. We need to clear the fields before we can plow it. Vertumna won't be safe for human life until the aliens are eradicated. Red crosses his arms and nods in agreement. Maybe there's more to this plan Lum is letting on. Lum descends from the stage and does a receiving line of handshakes and fist bumps. In the vacuum left by his presence, Chief Administrator Seek takes the podium and clears his throat. I want to announce that this will be the last festival Complex will be held. What? Sounds of protest rises from the car and near the front. Lum just shrugs theatrically and mouths, not my fault. Zack looks down pointedly and continues. This war will use our colony resources at tremendous rate, including the most valuable, time. Lum takes the stage again and shoots the crowd. I do have some good news. Starting today, the colony is going to be granting requests from people who want to have children. Yes, that's right. It's time to start the next generation of Verptumna to secure the future of our children. Humans, humans, humans. Anyway, about this war on nature, I think it's stupid. I know survival is important, but we don't have to kill things to survive here. Now, of course you think that. Personally, I think Lum is a total nullhead. He's not that much older than me. What is he, like 24? And everyone listens to him? They should listen to me instead. Finally, you are all called to participate in the games, the last ones, maybe forever. If this war on nature ever ends, you'll probably be an adult. As your friends all separate into their usual games, you realize this might be your last time you just get to be kids. Ooh, I cannot do talent show. It's persuasion? Bake Off is organizing. Alright, I guess I'm doing trivia. Tangent is out for blood this year. She snaps at everyone who tries to talk to her before the trivia begins and complains that she's been cramming so hard to pop culture that she feels like her brains explode. Meanwhile, Novia just pops along to the music in their hearspeak as they wait, totally unbothered. Do I have an 8? Don't think I do. What a pity. $26, $25. Only one less. Five. Jeez Louise. There we go. Lydia champion. Fang's cramming clearly paid off for her. She's strong competition until the category about old Earthslang, where you clearly pull ahead. You snatch victory from her clutches, and she grudgingly accepts your superiority in all things trivia. After the festivities, everyone is supposed to take a few days vacation. You and your friends relax, but the adults move around the colony like ants in a hive, fortifying the walls and preparing for the human offensive against the planet. I don't like that. Human offensive against the planet. It does. This is mid-dust. Still don't know about Nomi Nomi. Oh, there we go. Happy birthday to me. I can't believe you remembered. Thank you. Well, I didn't know, so now I do. What is your skill thing? Engineering. What is your thing? Just means everyone here is like Lightspeed hot. Seriously, something in the water? Because of woo dang. Present company included. I am comfortable with hugging you now, actually. So let's hugs. Oh yeah. What's up with you, buddy? Something's up with Nam today. You can tell just from watching her train, and she moves more slowly and seems distracted. Even so, when she breaks from the stairs at the waist, who is working with the group of trainees of the other side of the garrison. A unit leader singles her out and chastises her, gesturing her to take a break and get her head on straight. Nam scowls and she sticks over the rest area, where you hand her a water bottle. Hey you! What's up? Wace isn't talking to me. It's been 2 days and he just acts like I'm not even here. I've tried to talk to him and he just says it's time to think. We get into it about how much time you and I spend together. He thinks you like me. And I told him it's not like that, we are just friends, but... Oh, I see. Maybe the problem is just he doesn't know you that well. He doesn't trust anyone around me, that's all. He's a scumbag, Nam. I'm going to say that. She won't like that, but that's what I think. Also, thanks for the hydrate and stretch. Ooh, and the pet. Give me a moment here. Big stretch. And then I put in the patties. Thank you very much for the pets. Hey there, Boba. How you doing? How you been? It's lovely to see you here again. He's a scumbag, Nam. What? How could you say that, Trixton? You know I get some time, but he's still my boyfriend. Yeah, and the way he treats you isn't healthy. What do you mean? Do you like when he accuses you? No, obviously. What does it have to do with anything? The problem isn't you, it's him. You tell her she shouldn't have constantly prove herself to Wace. I've never thought it like that. It's like we have the argument all the time. He gets mad because he thinks I'm talking to someone too long or because I said something that set him off. And when you talk to him about it, well, he gets really upset that I am upset with him and I have to apologize to Rachel. I love him and it's always the whole thing. I'm just so tired of it, you know? I don't know what else to do. I don't know if there's anything else I can do. I broke them up! I got an achievement from breaking them! Hell yeah! Fuck that guy! I don't know what to think. I'll talk to him about it and see what he says. He deserves a chance to explain himself, but I don't know if you'll be able to. She gives you a quick hug. Thank you for talking to me about it, Rixton. You're my best friend, the whole planet. A fascist and a gaslighter? Yeah, of course he is. What else is new? Thank you. Have you tried not fucking a fascist? Yeah, exactly. Saved her. Well, I knew I can save her. Like I had a feeling that there's sure she, as I said, she had trauma. She still has trauma, but she just has to work through it. Oh, what do you want? What the fuck do you want? On your way to the garrison, you pass by a few young soldiers speaking in hushed tones. They seem to be commiserating over Vace's attitude in training today. Oh boy, you might know what this is about. You spot Vace overseeing a group of soldiers navigating an obstacle course. Pick it up, come on, he snaps. You approach it carefully when he acknowledges you with a glance before you going back staring morsely at the trainees. Why so glum, chum? Nothing, just a bunch of bullshit. Fine, be that way. I will. Good. We are not friends and I don't care. I was looking at who has things. Still, oh, your early pollen, that happened already. Late dust is next month, so I cannot give you anything. Should we go outside? Apply to be a hunter. Ugh. No, we wanna go to the. Ah, we are looking for whole pies. Is it the plains or chat? Is it the volley or the plains for whole pies? I forget. I remember one of them has. It's the volley. Okay, thank you. Biology is fine. We are looking for the Hopi event. Oh, hello. What do you want? Oh, we had this before. Oh. Maybe. More biology. There we go. Curious Ricky blocks your path. It's acting strange. It keeps curling up in the trees, hanging upside down. Hands up your legs, get it off. Da-da-da. That was not what I wanted. Another Ricky quest. Carnivorous. Find another route. What's up? You're enjoying relatively enough at the second son of taking readings of Utopia's geological survey when... Uh-oh. Your world shifts around a natural axis as Sim comes crashing seemingly out of thin air, grappling with the skyfish almost as big as he is. Look out! He calls out. Oh, it's far too late for that. The ground rushes up to meet you, and it's all you can do to close your eyes and protect your head. To make matters worse, in the ensuing tussle, they completely crush the delicate scanning equipment. You just finished shutting up. Utopia is going to be accepted. Oh no. You survey the wreckage helplessly while Sim holds the skyfish at bay. The skyfish flops around pitifully, then springs back into the sky and flies away, trilling in distress. It didn't even look dangerous, really. Rixton, Sim croaks, and you turn your attention to him. Blood is pouring from a wound on his chest where one of the skyfish spines must have pierced his otherwise perfect skin. It's the kind of thing that will definitely leave a scar or worse. Holding the wound closed, Sim smiles sheepishly. I guess my future sight isn't always 20/20. Holy shit, are you going to be okay? He waves dismissively with the hand that's not holding his ding-dang chest together. It's but a flesh wound. Did I say that right? It's from one of your Earth movies. I quite like it. He and I are similarly difficult to kill completely. You think it's just a coincidence that I'm always there exactly the right time to save you? At night when I am asleep, I sometimes see visions that things that are going to happen, or at least that could happen. My dreams aren't always true. The paths branch and converge. Time is more like a web than a line, I think. But always in the center, there is you. You are the center of my web too. I'm flattered, Sugarbug. I didn't know you taught me that way. I can't tell you how this future site works. To be honest, I don't even know. But if you are curious, he's clearly grappling with something, and not just the sluggish bleeding without it in his chest. His voice drops. You might look for an answer under the light of the wormhole in glow. Okay. But I did that before. Should be cautious, this is a dangerous planet. Help me calm down a little. Hell yeah. Look here. His mother stands by sides, having gleaming with sweat. It's all already walking. Okay. Oh, this is a Ricky. We are looking for Hope Eyes, right? Hope Eye, Hope Eye. There's this event again. There is the Hope Eye event. There we go. You find the Hope Eye nest just like the ancient asked you to find. There are 9 eggs inside, in all packaged up in what looks like a delicate spun glass cocoon. You don't see the parents. You break a little hole in the cocoon and put 3 of your eggs in the bag. They are a little gooey. You hope they don't break. You turn to leave to come face to face with the adult Hope Eye. Understandably, they look spitting mad. It drums its powerful foot on the ground in a warning, and 4 more pop out of the undergrowth and start hissing at you. You should have known these sociable little creatures raise their young communally. Use animal psychology. You learn from the holopedia that 2 different sets of eyes on the Hope Eye have different purposes. The large bulging eyes at the top are hardwired for perceiving danger, but the small forward-facing ones are more concerned with finding food. If you are not food, you are not danger. You throw yourself onto your belly and wriggle away while the Hope Eyes stare at you curiously. When you're a safe distance away, they return poking at their violated nest in confusion. Well, Sorry, darlings. Okay, let's see what happens here. Ooh! The manticore has cornered a little hope pie and is playing with it, bustling around and catching it over and over. The hope pie is screeching in terror. It's a horrible thing to watch. Try to break up the fight. Card gets +2. You climb up into the tree first. Manticores can't climb trees. You are pretty sure you remember hearing that. You try to scare the attacker away by hooting and throwing rocks. Putting on a scary face. You put on your scary face and frightened away. Manticore is so annoyed by your throwing rocks and making ruckus that it turns to attention to you. It roars in anger. Shivers of fear run up your spine. That's definitely better scary face than yours. The Opoi, who has been playing dead, suddenly leaps to the feet and bounds off into the jungle. The manticore is now very angry with you. It rears up and digs its claw into your tree. You hold on for dear life as the tree shakes. It roars and rustles its mane at you, pacing back and forth under the tree. When it sniffs around where the hoop pie has been, grunts one last time in frustration and wanders into the jungle. And we can keep exploring. See if there is anything else that might be cool. Beautiful flowers. Get more flowers. All the flowers, all the time. Actually. Sure. More perception. More flowers. I'm just clicking on quests that I think might be interesting. Gold glow. Let's capture one, I guess. Oh, right. I forgot that it gives me another card. Well, I mean, that's a lot of money. Time to go home. No, that's... Who is the late duster? Is this you? Yeah, you. Hey, Rickson. Rex told me you wanted to have him burying his bone in the garden, but when we got here, he said he must have forgot it back in his room. Can you believe it? Buddy. Buddy. Looks delicious. Thanks for the birthday gift, Rifton. I love to eat. Anyone wanna talk? Anyone wanna talk extra? I guess not. Coming in for another hug. Again. Okay, no extra stuff on that one. That's fine. That's good to know. You're walking through the colony when you see a blur of color and motion at the corner of your vision. Bang! Nomi collides with you in a catastrophe of failing limbs and high-pitched squealing, sending you both sprawling to the ground. Oh my gosh! Nomi exclaims. They immediately get to their hands and knees and begin to collect papers they exploded in their hands as they fell. I am so sorry! Sometimes my brain is off doing its thing and I don't know where to watch when I'm running. Ah! They exclaim, dusting off their piece of toast and showing it back to their mouth. Of course they do. Gotta eat breakfast when you're late. Your enchantment isn't super agility, huh? No, that's a mean thing to say. I'm sorry. I thought it was funny. Let's try it again. Don't even worry about it. Okay, if you say so, thanks Rixton. Maybe if I had a genetic enchantment like everyone else, I would be able to watch where I'm going. Oh, you don't have an augment? I don't know. I actually don't know what my genetic enhancement is, or if I even have one at all. My parents decided to lock my medical files from when I was a baby, because they had this wild idea. They wanted me to grow up without feeling like I had to be perfect. They think it's rude for parents to make choice for their kids. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. It's easy for you to say, Captain, I have a cool superpower. Nomi exclaims, putting their hands on their hips and sticking their tongue out of you. The rest of us have to get by our own wits and charm. Maybe I'm just like galactic cyber prince Umiyama, and one day a talking Hopi will come tell me that I have to defeat the Mecha Ultra Nether beings. Nomi starts walking with you, talking animatedly with their hands. I know my parents just want me to know that I can be anything I want to be when I grow up. And I don't want to be super strong or super smart in order to be happy. They always told me, nothing and nobody knows what's good for Nomi except Nomi, and I really think that's true. Thank you, Barry. Is that true? I didn't realize. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, yes, Nomi is very much the anime character. Also, welcome, Barry. How you doing? How you been? I stopped to turn you, looking serious for a moment. Sometimes it does kind of feel like, well... Sometimes I wonder if I'm good at something because I have kind of secret advantage I don't know about. Or sometimes I think the opposite, like, if I'm not very good at something, I feel like angry because maybe I could have been good at it. I was really bad on Helio because everyone is really good at something. Usually things like marching and shooting stuff. I thought maybe it would feel different here, where there are people with all kinds of skills, but no matter what I try, someone is already way better at it. I just feel like you just suck at everything. Sucks to suck. Aww. Feel free to go to sleep. It's okay. And I'm good, thank you. I am slowly but surely getting through this game. You don't suck at looking stellar hot. Yeah, you sound like Rex. Okay. You don't like to be flirted with. Noted. Noted. We need to sleep for a month. Relax in the park. You spent some time with Rikki Tikki. Apparently humans don't really domesticate dogs. Both just started hanging around humans, knowing that they got given leftover food when they cooperated. That's kind of what you hope will happen with Rikki. Sometimes you are playing with Rikki Tikki, it acts just like a dog on the Holowids. Sure, we can't forget about the beautiful vista, it's only a 2-point card. You find Tangent in engineering and sets down a bucket of squelched, goopy Hopi eggs. Her eyes go wide. You found them! That's wonderful, I was beginning to think you forgot to know about my request. Wait, what's that sound? Are they? They are! You hear a wet cracking sound coming from the bag. They're about to witness the miracle of life. At Tomlinstein, what do? Analyze the process. You pull your hologram and prepare to take notes. I missed the opportunity. You and Tang watch in wonder as the gel-like shell of the largest Hopi egg feels like a ripe melon in the sun, spilling out a tiny scoring pin baby and a small puddle of amniotic fluid. You watch as the last 2 eggs intently, but through the clear lectures you can see the movement inside, not even a heartbeat. It's okay, we only need 1. The tiny Hopi is on its feet, well, foot, within minutes, taking cautious little hops on a sleek surface on the lab. Magnificent, Tangent says, keeping a palm-sized Hopi from falling off the table. I expected them to help us at birth, like kittens or birds, not already moving around like an ungulate. Incredible. I can't wait to study it. It's yours. Perfect. Let me get a specimen container for it. She leaves you with a tiny clumsy thing that chirps and blinks up at you unavailingly with its 4 eyes. Well, whatever Tang and Dr. Instance is going to do with it is probably for the greater good of the colony. I hope so. I hope I didn't make a horrible mistake on that one. I believe you... You see Mars reclining her feet in a bowl of water, colorful goop on her face and slice of dust melon on her eyes. She lifts the dust melon on one of her eyes as you approach. I couldn't find it complying of your horrible boots while you're fast asleep, darling. Are you still running around like everywhere? It sounds exhausting. It's important to take care of yourself. You should take notes. Yeah, this is your time. Here, have a flower. Ooh, we have an event with her. That's haven't been happening for a while. You approach Mars with deep negotiation of some kind with Tangent. When Tang sees you over Mars' shoulder, she points and says your name. Thank you, forces of chance and chaos. She's your problem now, Rixton. Mars pretends not to hear her. Rixton, you are looking hideous today, darling. Luckily, I'm doing makeovers and fashion advice free of charge. What's the catch? No catch, you just have to try on my new line of clothing and give me your honest opinion. Come with me. I've been working on these designs for weeks. They are fresh off the printer and I'm dying to see how they look on a regular person like yourself. Mars' room is a riot of sparkling fabric. My first fashion line is all about dressing for the season of Nerftumna. Yellow and angular for dust, airy and pink for pollen, stuff like that. If you ever make it back to Earth, I want to know that the visionary who brought Nerftumna home. Actually, that's a great idea. I know. Mars indicates the pile of outfits on her bed. Well, what are you waiting for? Chop chop! You try on an outfit after outfit, letting Mars scrutinize your silhouette and bearing. You seem genuinely focused on how the clothing performs. Finally, you finish trying out the outfits. I think the glow jumpsuit is the winner. Go ahead and put it back on. Then we'll do your hair and makeup. You sit on the bed and Mars pulls out a box of cosmetics. A day look? Or something more bold for the nighttime? Something flashy, please. Someone is after my own heart. Mars does you makeup efficiently, then pulls off a bottle of bright blue plain nourish. One more thing and the look is complete. And voila! That was fun. And informative, I hope. Blue is definitely your color. You doing anything fun? Here, have a tree. Oh, you have another quest for me? Sure. You follow the sounds of laughter, you find Nomi Nomi and Rex play catching. Or maybe the word of the game they are playing is more like fetch? Nomi throws the ball as far as they can and Rex steers after it, climbing the leap over anything in his way like it's not even there. Rex hands the ball back to Nomi and Nomi wins up the throw again, and the last second they palm the ball and hide it under their arm. Rex barrels off away from Nomi and with his ground-eating stride and gets pretty far away before he stops and looks around confused. Yeah, Mars is like, she grew out of being a bully, which is more than one can say about Waze. Like, she is... Yeah, she is a bossy still, but she's like a person now, which is nice. He looks back at Nomi, who waggles the ball at him and bursts out laughing. Nomi, he shouts, running back at them. He pokes them up and hauls them over the shoulders, and Nomi shrieks with delight as we spin them around. Two Helio kids in their Crit uniform pass by, glaring archly at Nomi and Rex. Rex sets Nomi down and then spots you over Nomi's shoulder. "Oh hey, it's Rixton," he says, and Nomi turns around and gives you a stunning rib-like smile. Rex links his arm over Nomi, and Nomi lays his hand on her shoulder. They are both breathless and beaming with happiness. What's the deal? I am not going to ask if they're dating. I don't think they are. They are just like this. What's the deal with your Helio friends? Rex and Nomi look at each other and stick their tongues. They aren't our friends. All they wanna do is act like mindless little soldiers and measure each other's dicks. There's so many fun more things to do with. Don't be gross. Sorry, Nomi. I just mean we don't need anyone else. Ever since we were kids, it's been me and Nomi Nomi here. They are my best friend. I love them like my sibling. Rex is my best friend too. Oh, buddy, Rex coos and wraps his whole body around Nomi's smaller one. He kisses them noisily on the cheek, shuffling into their hair, while Nomi shrieks with laughter again. We were always the odd ones out in the Hello pose. People thought we were weird, you know? You probably don't see it because everyone's so awesome here, but compared to the rest of those smug, boring jerks, we really stuck out. But I'd rather be different than be like them. And I got to be different with my best friend, which was awesome. We just hung out together and had our own fun while everyone else trained to be proper little soldiers, right, Nomi? Like Waze and all of his cronies, it wasn't fun and games. I know, but that's in the past. We don't have to be grown-up soldiers. We are here now, and there's so many people to be friends with. Like Rixton. Maybe more than friends? Yeah, I thought so. And Nomi grimaces and makes a yuck noise. But Ram smiles even bigger. Well, I wouldn't say no. Yeah. What else? I can give you another hug, right? Hugs incoming. Yeah, if it's just the first hug, he likes it, which is nice. That's nice to know. And the winds are at late wet, so I can give stuff to people now if they will accept it. Next one, yeah. He wanted to play Burying the Bone, I get it. I don't think I need to give anything else to my best friend anymore, yeah. It's at 100. But I do want to check on Anya. What do you need? Toughness not 80 or more. I guess that is fine. Sorry. Sometimes easier if everyone pretends they don't notice me. Have a crystal. We're still popular. So let's do something that gives us some money. Repairing robots gives us money. Nomi and this are working on the lab this month. You think it would mean less work for you, but somehow the two of them always seem to create more work. You spend more time fixing Nomi's mistakes and trying to get this active finish requisition instead of just tinkering when you do your own work. Okay, it's all good with mental car. +6 engineering is a lot. One challenge, Vicky, clear mind. Extra fingers. I don't want to get very stressful, because if I do, I will having a problem going out at glow. Because I still want to go out at glow. I think that's cool. We are no longer popular. So we could study something else instead. Or do something else, I guess. Biology and empathy. We are very close to get... Anomany wanted to talk? I missed it. She does? Okay, thank you. You go to the grave zone looking for Nem, but she finds you first, bouncing you in the rubber arm around your shoulders. Buddy, friendo, pal! She leans close, smiling wide with barely contained energy. If I don't do something little wild, I'm gonna go bonkers. Everyone's so stressed out and I feel like I gotta do something extreme, like I wanna strip naked and climb to the top of the colony and scream until someone makes me stop. Like I got bugs in my brain, so I got an idea. I need you to come with me, so I don't cower it out. Then leads you to the hand down one of the lesser used hallway of the garrison until you come out to a small room. Inside, 2 barber chairs and the table next to you some dangerous looking delicate machinery. The staff woman with the buzz cut looks up, reading something on her robot. What's up, Anemone? Need some side shave, freshen up already? Em shakes her head and grips your hand tight. No, I wanted a too. Can you do that? The woman gestures to dismiss her holopad and pulls out a thick book from behind the counter. You and Em crowd around it, marveling the sight of real paper as it falls open display section of tattoo designs. Used to be the only thing I do here is buzz cuts and military tattoos and dye hair for that Nomi kid. But since we landed here, you haven't been the only person who come looking for something a little more artistic. Time to take a look at this and see what I can do. You and Em flip through the pages reverently. I was thinking... Running her froze over a cycle of thorns. I want something to remind me that Vartoma is my home and everyone here is my people, to remind me why I fight. Just you smile and caress like shy. I want something to link me to you. Out to everyone here, you're the person who means the most to me. Now wait, you should get matching tattoos. Come on, what do you think? Yes, of course. Hell yeah! What should we get? The book of tattoo designs lays before you. What do you want to get? Stratospheric logos surrounded by knives, each other's names, mushrooms growing out of a human skull, suns representing the twin sons of Ertuma, a sword and a shield. I'm thinking mushrooms or suns. What do you guys think? Like the human skull is a little too much. Like this is like, I like the mushrooms, but it's like, oh, but we are really getting killed. I like suns. Yeah, I also like the suns. It's like, we are the 2 sons of Vertumna. You get one son, I get the other. I think that's cool. Nam slams her hands down on the book design. Yeah, hell yeah, that's perfect. Let's do it. Yeah. Ooh, I got her on the main menu apparently. Everything else is too militaristic. I see it. And him's a cringe. You sit down in the tattoo. Sit down in the tattoo chair and bare your right arm. The tattoo artist slash barber transfers the design onto your skin and fires up the machine, which buzzes alarmingly. You and then look at it wide-eyed. I guess you kids never seen an Earth tech, huh? Tattooing is one of the oldest human arts, so there's not too much holograms and replicators can improve on it. The stuffs I do here, it reminds us that even we are out here among the stars, we are still just meat with thoughts. Tough your way through it. It smarts a bit when the tattoo artist presses the needle to your skin and begins to her work, but you're pretty tough. Nam looks a little green and as blood swells up around the needle and grabs your hand. This is so cool, she breathes as the design begins to bloom on your skin. It takes about an hour for the tattoo artist to get down to the bold first strokes of her tattoo. Nem holds your hand the whole time. Then the artist steps away to stretch. Nem leans up and gasps. It looks so awesome! This is the coolest thing we've ever done. This is galactic. She looks up at you. I meant what I said. You're my best friend. His voice is a little wet. Her voice is a little wet. You're my best friend on this whole rock. You've always been there for me. And I'll always be there for you no matter what, thick and thin. Man, it's dusty in here. The tattoo artist returns and finishes up your tattoo, then moves to Nem. She takes it bravely, though she sometimes squeezes your hand so hard it almost hurts. Afterwards, you go back to your room and decomposes and admire your bravery. Nem flops onto your bed and you climb on after her, carefully your aching arm. You leave up tattoos. I can't believe we did that. This was so awesome. She turns to you and pushes her unruly hair over her shoulder. Thank you for coming with me. I probably wouldn't have done it if you weren't there, then I probably would have done something reckless. Well, even more reckless. Of course, we are best friends. We sure are. Hell yeah. Okay. So... only a couple months until Glow. I don't think there will be more stuff with repairing robots. It seemed like that. Yes, thank you. It was my first one. I did get the achievement for it. This is animals and empathy, biology and organizing. We haven't done that for a while, and these are both skills we don't have fully yet, so let's do it. Back in the lab, you have all the right equipment to properly examine the radioactive plant you found. Maybe you can find a way to protect yourself from so you don't need to drag radiation-proof ambosoid with every time you go to that part of the planet. Radiation poisoning isn't the killer it used to be on Earth. With medbeds you can flush out deadly doses of radiation in a few hours. It could still make you really sick though, and high enough doses could kill you before even able to reach medbed. How confident you know how to protect yourself? Super confident, no problem. Yeah, you totally got a handle on this. You are an engineer wunderkind. You take all the correct precautions. You clear the area of anything that might be contaminated. You wear a radiation-proof suit. You regularly check your radiation levels of the lab, and you have congruence on standby to call for help if you need it. Everything goes smoothly. You discover that the radioactive part of the plant is confined on the carpel of the flower, its reproductive organs, and that the petals act as a radioactive shield to protect the rest of the plant. As you press the center of the flower, the petals close and block the radiation enough that the person can pass through feeling sick. Neat! You should be able to use this to protect yourself next time you encounter this on the wild. Neat, indeed. Wow, +1 to all blue cards. Our hand is all red cards. Is this better? 48, 46, yeah, this is better actually, that's funny. Well, this is the best probably, yeah. Alright, now we can give the twins some stuff. So here I can hear the planet talking. Everyone always told me I was weird. Maybe they were right. Did you give me this because my birthday? I did about my birthday, yeah. Ooh, 100 you say? 100 you say? You can find this outside the walls. Evan drew the duty roster, has him working on the expedition vehicle today. After asking around, one of his crewmates points you to where she'd seen him disappear into the forest just 10 minutes ago. You thank her and set off into the wilderness. You pick up a few things about trekking after hanging out with this for so long, so you follow his trail into the nearby mushroom forest until you hear him speaking calm and slow. Shh, it's going to be okay, just let me help you. You follow his voice to find him kneeling on the ground next to a wounded Hopai. Hopai. A scent of blood and animal fear colors the air. His knife glints as pulls it out of the street. Don't worry, I've got you. It won't hurt anymore real soon. A branch snaps under your foot as this head jerks up. His eyes go wide, but he doesn't greet you. Instead, he gestures for you to get closer to look at the Hopai. Its single leg is mangled beyond recognition from a hunter's snap trap and is bleeding heavily. It can only stare up at this defeat in its 4 eyes. It struggles once more, then it goes still from extortion, wheezing miserably. They tell everyone they are humane traps, but humans lie, don't they? They all lie, all the time. The hunters won't be back to check the traps until tomorrow. I have to put it out of its misery. It's the kindest thing you could do. This nods and steels himself. With a clean cut, he slices through the neck of the Hopai. It tenses, twitching in fear reflex, then goes limp in its arms. This is quiet at your side for a long time, breathing evenly in through his nose and out through his mouth like he's meditating. It's better to die quickly than to suffer in the trap, but there shouldn't have been a trap here in the first place, he says eventually. He clicks his tongue against his teeth. It's pointless. It was going to die eventually, but not here. It's not natural. It's not the death part that bothers me, it's our vanity. Humans are so afraid of extinction that they're killing indiscriminately to avoid it. He takes out a cloth and wipes the Hopai's blood off his blade, his movements slow and reverent. I used to let it control me too. I thought dying meant that living was pointless, but now I know the truth. Life is short, brutal and hard. It's up to us to fill it with as many experiences as we can. And we are gonna spend our lives sculpted in the colony, subjugating nature because it strikes fear in our animal brains? Or are we going to get out there and live the only life we've been given? Looks at you down at the corpse in the Hopai and lies his hands gently against his head. You're all going to end up like this in the end. There's no use denying it and letting the fear control your actions. I never thought about it like that. Isn't it obvious? It's not like I'm out here throwing myself off cliffs. It's not something I let it control me. And because I don't fear death, I do so much more living. You should try it sometime. This lifts the Hopai's body into his arms and rises to its feet. The smell of death will attract animals right into the other traps, and I am not taking it back to the colony to be stuffed into a recycler. We have to take it into the woods and give it back to nature. You and this walk further into the forest in respectful silence, this cradling the dead Hopai against his chest. Eventually he tells you to wait while he finds the tracks of a predator and lays it down nearby, and offering to the forest accepts without acknowledgement. He returns to you, bloodstained and solemn. It's done. You begin the walk back to the colony. It's clear this is taking its time. After a few minutes of walking, he turns to you and grabs your arm, forcing you to stop and look at him. Brixton, promise you won't You won't let me end up like that, hope I? At your questioning look, he squeezes your arm to the point it almost hurts. If I'm trapped here, just let me go, okay? Right, I promise. Thank you, Rixton. He stares at you a few unnerving seconds, perfectly still, before jerking into motion and fishing out a pendant necklace from his clothes. He unclaps it from his neck and holds it up to you. Here, you should have this. I want you to have it. Second thing. The pendant is large, surprisingly light. You recognize it as a fragment of a unison horn. Are you flirting with me? Maybe? Is that okay? Is he scared? Yes, I feel the same way. There we go. You do? You're not just saying that because you feel sorry for me, right? You turn around and shake your head. You waited a long time for this to be ready, and he finally came to you on his own. The bird you had to let go to be free. I got the smithing. Our social skills skill increased for 3 months. He disregards you with serious expression. You are the only person in the colony that I ever scared this. It was very effective. Yeah, somehow we scared the fearless person that I ever really cared about. I don't know why you bothered trying to be my friend when I was trying to push everyone away. His eyes drops to your mouth and linger there. I care for you so much, Rixton. It almost scares me sometimes. I never felt like this about anything. He cups your face and bends to kiss you, achingly sweet and slow. You can't imagine what I do to keep you safe. He steps away and looks down at the ground, suddenly evasive. Listen, I don't know how much longer I have left here. I just want you to know that I want to spend the time that I have with you. Yay! We are dating the emo kid. Now let's flirt with the dog. Oh, we can help Rex build something. When a plan comes together, we get... You know what my hammock needs? Dating the emo kid, let's go. An automatic snack delivery system from when my hands are busy. I was thinking, if I hang a big barrel of cookies up here, I could use a ramp and pulleys to bring the cookies down here, and they could just roll right into my mouth. It's a bolt pan that involves a lot of twisty-turny ramps, gears, levers, swinging arms, and more. It's probably a lot more complicated than it needs to be, but it is hilarious to watch Rex press a button and send Cookie rocketing through the chute, eventually into his mouth. The ground is littered with cookie detritus of failed runs, but Rex is proud anyway. It works perfect! Thanks for the help. Did we give you a thing this time? Yes. And I can give you a thing. Have a flower. We have so many of them. Okay. So we get social skill increases higher. So humanities, probably? I think that's the best one we can have. Yeah, creativity, persuasion. Congress tells you that today you'll be learning about the history of capitalism on Earth. You mean why humans used to have nice things and now we have just eat mashed trippets and soy cakes? Please, your humans might have messed up everything, but at least they had style. Ever patient, Congruence ignores Mars' contribution and projects the Holovid into the classroom. A solemn woman in weird clothes identifies herself as Haven Constant Odinheim. Excuse me. An educational designer for the Verplumna group, and tells you that the following experience has been created specifically to teach you, the third generation of the group, about the largest contributing factor of Earth's destruction, capitalism. You and the other students' exchange were in Drooks. You spend a day in an interactive experience that covers the history of capitalism, from market feudalism to its transition to colonialism, and its major phases like industrialization, mass production, and corporatism. It ends with a discussion of how it collapsed in the late 21st century as wealth inequality and environmental concerns finally weakened its hegemony, along with the planet itself. That sounds horrible. Wow, somehow being anti-capitalist is a loyalty thing. The educational experience tells you that despite regarded by many as simply economic system, capitalism had been responsible for more violence on Earth than any act of war. From its very beginnings as the colonial power spread mercantilism across the globe, it required a constant supply of people to exploit through any means necessary. It took centuries for people to realize how horrible capitalism was, once people could no longer hide from its racist colonialist history. We are partway through the lesson on career as the parallels, but we live in a colony, don't we? Aren't we colonizing Vertumna? Isn't that wrong? Of course not, dummy. There aren't any people here to take a land from, just a bunch of animals. The animals count too. Carl nods in agreement when Mars is not impressed. I squashed a door's mom the other day. Are you going to put me in a future jail for money crimes? Yikes, Rixton, you should lock yourself into your room if you are so worried about hurting the environment. Tangent watches this exchange silently, but turns her head and doesn't meet your eyes when you look at her. Yeah, Tangent has no political interest. Everybody else is have very specific things to say about capitalism. Everyone except Tangent. Lots of creativity on that one. Welcome to Glow, everyone. Time to sneak out again. Because it's cool. Just double checking if nobody has anything to say. Seems like everyone is fine. A lot of things happened this year. You have to find funding for science, yeah. Time to explore the glow. Even if we don't want to end up in oblivion, we are going to do this because it's cool. Let's look around for the yellow quest before we do anything else, just to be sure. Oh, you have something to say. Shadows upon shadows move against each other in the glow, wavering under the gloaming of moss trees like ghosts. The forest is as still as creatures breathing its last breath. You know to look for Sim in the hollows of the trees now, his eyes gleam in the permanent night. Hello again, Sugarbug. You're getting pretty good at navigating in the dark. Sim sets off through the darkened forest with ease, bidding you to follow. Have you come to ask me more questions? What's with the faces I saw? Ah, Constellation. You seen her? That's very lucky, you know. Don't ask me how she does it, but she manages to sneak around these woods like a ghost. The faceless weren't exactly designed with subtlety in mind, let Autonomous puff of laughter, but she's something else now. Don't worry, you only see her around in glow. She doesn't like the sunlight, and unless you breathe in her spores, she's harmless. You fix him an incredulous look as he shrugs. It was quietly upset when she broke away from the wall and went to seed. But as you humans say, life finds a way. I like that He's now just quoting old movies. That's really funny. Sim stops walking and smiles politely. Well, that's enough for now. The trees have ears, you know. Give me a hug. Oh no, it's just the same thing? Okay. Oh, mind the glowfies. Okay. There is a yellow one. You climb up the plateau ringed with garnwood trees. The view is fantastic. You can see the entire valley on the side of the colony from here. You have a curious sense of remembering this place. Not from your dreams, but no, from visions you had deep underground the strange pyramid. Something will happen, but not yet. Take some samples. Your quest for knowledge continues, so you take some samples to analyze them with your hollow palm. There are wacky things here. There's glowing shrooms you've never seen before, and a strange amount of deathfall as if there had been some kind of localized tornado. You look fake location data, so it looks like you found these inside the colony. Utopia will be upset if she knew you were where you actually got this. Okay. So many clusters. Strange, you never seen. You come across dense parts where the groundwood surrounds you and blocks to the sky and the wormhole above. Long threads looks like the hair hanging from the trees. Strange. You never seen this during the rest of the year. You'll have to go through these. Take a closer look. Sticky. Cut my way through. Yep. Okay, nothing special. You're amazed by how peaceful out here. It's not what you expected. You stay out of the sight of the watchtowers, snug between the mush trees. It's eerily silent as the forest holding its breath in anticipation. It really is pretty out here with all the plants and animals growing, especially the wormhole filling the sky above you. Admire the flora. The mush trees make their own light, a chemical reaction almost bright as your hollow palm. All sorts of small flying insects are drawn to them, facilitation pollination. Other plants spread glowing seeds which float up and dance above you as they are alive. Maybe they are. The normal trees, these glowing bumps them, are these insects inside. You see something posing in there like a goopy caterpillar becoming a butterfly. How strange. Well, you can see it. You've been told the wormhole high above is shining with ultraviolet light. It's invisible to the human eye, but absorbed with re-emitted visible light by the flora and fauna around you. Your home calls it a black light and says the people on Earth used to use similar, much concentrated light as decoration. Even your clothing glows faintly. Not even that stressed. There's no more quests, is that all? Might be. Yeah, I think that's all. That's okay. Alright. Here we hacking go. You're just putting your boots on to grab dinner in the lounge when you hear the colony sirens beginning to wail. It's a yearly attack. Ugh, they couldn't have waited until you ate dinner. Rude. Outside your window, you watch the colony defense begin to mobilize. Your hope pump chimes with the usual reminder for all civilian colonists to stay indoors. You You head to the garrison to grab a plas rifle, then report to front. Chief Rat looks surprised to see you, but assigns you to squad with Nem and tells you to get up on the walls and do your best. On the other side of the walls is more Xenos than you've seen in one place ever. They seethe out of the forest, large and small, herbivores and predatory, fungal and otherwise, flying and crawling and hopping towards the colony with single-minded determination. The air fills with pew-pew of lasers, turrets, and the crackle of plas rifles. The enemy's front line collapses, only to be replaced with even more Xenos, just as many as before, if not more. There is no end to it. The firebreak turns into a graveyard of dead and dying alien bodies, wave after wave crawling over the corpses until they roil at the base of the wall like foam on a wave when it hits the shore. You hear the walls cracking underneath you, but they hold strong. There is no sunset in glow, but the night falls on the battlefield without any break in the fighting. Your finger begins to cramp from pulling the trigger of your plas rifle. Finally, you are relieved by a second guard shift. You walk straight into the garrison right into the dreamless sleep. You are woken 6 hours later for your next shift. The kitchen have provided soldiers with pressed soy ration and hot black tea, which you grab when you make your way back to the wall, serving the carriage at light. As you arrive, your holopam lights up with priority message. Security personnel, we are under siege. On Earth, cities are used to break the city by starvation or drought. We have plenty of food and water. Guards will rotate 6 hours on, 6 off. So long as we keep the Xenos on the other side of the wall, we can hold them off for days, even weeks. Weeks? Everyone exchanges exhausted looks. We can do this. We are stronger than them, and we are not going anywhere. You and the other soldiers fall into a fitful rhythm, alternating shifts on the wall with brief snippets of sleep. Gunfire becomes the soundtrack of your days, which begin to smear together like paste. Nem in particular is suffering. She volunteers for relief shifts, sometimes pulling doubles or triples on the wall. You catch her mechanically shoveling soy porridge into her mouth before seemingly to fall asleep sitting up. A minute later she jolts awake as someone's spoons clatters against their bowl. Temper goes short as fatigue sets in. 6 days pass. You are on shift, watching the Xenos batter themselves against the walls. You feel your eyes on focus at the sheer formless horde of them. In all these days, they still haven't breached the colony. Sometimes they even seem to retreat, ebbing backwards and reforming someone else. It's behavior you've never seen before. A group of monsters breaks from the tree line, nothing new except for one of them. One of the Xenos looks different from the others, almost humanoid. The creature looks suspiciously like a person, at least from the waist up. Down below, its lumbering chimera vaguely reminiscent of the faceless, rubbed in tattered bits of flesh and bony protrusions. Something like hair flutters behind it as it turns and looks right at you with an unnerving malevolent intelligence. You rub your eyes. Yeah, it's still there. You approach to the base of the wall and the other monsters surge forward to pound against the gaze. I try to talk to it. You wave to it and the creature sneers at your surprise, approaches the wall. Little weed, they address you. Halting, rasping voice. Everything seems to go quiet nearby stains to understand this talking horror. Child of breeding rabbits, feral pig, kudzu. Its unnerving human gaze presses you. Introduced species, you understand. You wonder if you're hallucinating. Is it holding a gun? You slowly nod yes. You understand the words at least. I am noctulescent. The monster says through a voice box that seems better suited to glottal groans than human language. A gardener. Designation, pest control. I perform my task unlike Gardner symbiosis. Sim, yes. Now that you're standing still, you can see the seed of Sim's slightly inhuman features staring back at you. Their hair is a bit like Sim's as well, as if it's actually alien somehow, waving that in a wind that isn't there. What do you want? Who are you talking to? Uh-oh. Oh, that's a bad card. That's a horrible card to get in my deck. I don't know, maybe it's worth it. You jump as Nim stacks behind you, and when you look back, Noctulescent is gone. I mean, we draw so many cards. This won't hurt us, right? You babble about talking monster named Noctuland, but Nem thinks you're having some kind of mental breakdown. The siege is getting to everyone, Rixton. If you're freaking out, go lay down, I'll cover for you. Finally, after 6 days of the siege, you look down the sights of Plus Rifle and see a curious strings. The monsters are retreating. As you gather with the other soldiers in the colony square, your holopalm lights up with the priority announcement from Governor Lum. The alien attackers have been defeated. The siege has ended. Lum smiles broadly and puffs his chest. Another year, another win. You're welcome, Vertumna. You're welcome, humanity. You're welcome, you hear Shifrat nearby looking livid. What did he do? Race out there like an idiot with his honor guard, defend strategically unsound positions, put himself in danger so we have to save his overstuffed ass? The soldiers all shift uncomfortably with but no one disagrees. And when I actually needed him, taking his 12-hour beauty rest while the rest of us slog through the endless shifts. And soldiers are exhausted from the siege, so the crowd in the square disappears quickly. Only a few of Helios remains, covertly feeling regret while he continues to rail against Lum. On the horizon, the first rays of quiet streaks down the sky with lavender. You watch Utopia's reclamations crew head out through the gates and begin vaporizing xenocorpses for their component molecules. That night, you have terrible dreams. You imagine that you are sieging the colony, that you are a creature crawling in the mud on your belly, the ozone crackle of press rifle fire arching overhead. With your taloned claws, you rip into the walls like they are made of clay, stuffing choking handful in your mouth. In a moment of lucidity, you try to pull the clay from your throat, but no matter how you pull, it just never ends. You jolt awake when you realize you've been peeling your own guts out of your throat. Just a dream. You're shaking and coated in film of terror sweat. Your heart pounding. You don't find sleep before the dawn break. Age 18. Alright. We have like half an hour left, so let's keep going a little bit. I was thinking I should stop here, but hey, yeah, all grown up now. We can have a little bit more fun. Especially that everyone seems to want to talk with us, at least Carl does. It's hot and humid inside the geoponics bay, making your clothes stick to your skin as you look around for Carl. Eventually you see him, his back turned to you as he leads a bag of fertilizer into the wheelbarrow. You call out to him as you approach, and he turns to you with a beaming smile. Rixton, I was hoping I would see you today. As you open your mouth to respond, you hear a quick crack and hiss from nearby. Oh, Bud, watch out, Clark says, stepping between you and what realizes too late is a humidity sprinkler. Carl laughs as he's blasted by the cloud of mist. For one perfect moment, he looks like as if he's been outlined with 1,000 rainbows. Ah, dip, Carl whines, smiling as it shakes out his hair and floops back over his shoulder. I should have let you take that one, but the clothes would have been gotten wet. He stands up straighter as your gaze passes over his body. He's really grown into himself. It's the thing. Before your eyes, every droplet of water bravely wins its way from the rise of his chest and down, rippling muscles of his abdomen, where it disappears into the shirt tied around his waist. Carl tilts his head and smiles, turning a little teasingly. He flexes a biceps as you caught you looking. Of course I am. Have you seen yourself? Carl goes completely red as he laughs and drops the pose. Ah, jeez, Rixton, he says, sticking his head against the edge of his smile. You can't just say things like that. He scuffs the dirt, rubbing the back of his neck bashfully. I am... South then laughs again, his spice turns soft. I like your hair, it's really pretty. Really caught him off guard, but he doesn't seem to mind. Ooh, we learned his augment. Can I tell you a secret? I am not actually too hot in here. My enhancement means I am always the right temperature. I don't even sweat. I just like taking my shirt off. Like beating the crap out of each other and playing soldier isn't the only way to get a rocking bod, you know? Oh, you know it really well. Heat and cold tolerant. You spend an enjoyable afternoon Carl the river backs and fertilizers to every corner of the hydroponics bay. When he jumps down, he claps you on the back. Oof! He is as strong as he looks. Carl chatters you about his plans for the rest of the week as you leave the hydroponics lab. The relatively cooler, drier air of Ratuna hits you like a slap, but of course Cal doesn't look bothered at all. Race you to the cafeteria. It eases you before taking off down the path. You yell and run after him, causing a ruckus that makes a few adults shake their head fondly at you as you tear through the colony side by side. When is your thing again? Late dust, and this is quiet. Okay. I like to spend a little time every day communing with the planet. I think it's kind of important. We're here and what we're doing, you know? Food. I know it's extravagance to have such labor-intensive hair when we technically have a war going on. But honestly, if we don't remember to treat ourselves once in a while, what's the point? Besides, it's my duty to raise the average level of sophistication here. Early vet, that's very far away. Sorry, I just gotta get one more line of code down. After a few seconds, they raise the holopan to give you a try. Oh no, I'd have to learn code to write a holonovel, right? No matter how done it is, there's always something I can tweak. Mid-dust. That's very far away. There's still a lot of potential here. Maybe an elder care home. One day, hopefully, we'll be lucky enough to have old folks. And it makes sense to have right in the middle of the colony. Gotta think about the future if you're still expecting we got one. Also, give you a hug. Oh, it's only you. Don't mind me. I'm testing the latest crops for quality assurance. Oh, he's rolling a cigarette. That's funny. Throws his arms wide. Catch, I'm open, he laughs, catching you as he throws his head into your arms. He spins you around and grows into your neck, squeezing you tightly. A good hug, that kind of makes you instantly more relaxed. Ooh, and you have something else to say now. You're looking for Rex by the construction site, but Rux finds you first. Tackle hug! You turn into the source of the yell. Rex is burning towards you, arms are stretched. You have about 2 seconds to decide how to react. Alright, leap into his arms. You ready yourself to lunge into his embrace, catching a glimpse of Rex's delighted smile as he scoops you up in his strong arms. He lifts you off your feet, swings you around laughing. Hey, yo, Rixton! What's a good person like you doing a pace like this? Sure, let's do more flirting. Goes under your lips. He sets you down on feet, cup your face in his hands, and presses a friendly kiss in your whole forehead. Nice to see you. You think you're starting to understand the strange Helio boy and his love hugs. So, +4 if the stress is over 50. That's an interesting one. Are you looking for me? I've been feeling really down lately. Oh no! Again, rubs his hands down back comfortably. I'm sorry, Rixton, is there anything I can do? I just feel trapped, you know? What do you mean? Oh shit. I've been literally trapped on this planet? That's probably not what I wanted to say. I felt that's not what I thought I will say. Let's try it again. This is fine. You're a good boy. Oh shucks, you got me. I am a good boy. I've been feeling down. Can we hang out for a bit? He thinks for a second and jacks his thumbs up towards the construction project behind him. I can't dip from work right now, but if you want, you can come see what we are working on. X takes you to a tour on the construction site. He's great company, and basking in his excitement is a pleasant way to spend an afternoon. When you wave goodbye to him, so he can get back to work, you feel a little bit lighter. There we go. Much better. Wood. Tangent is about to duck back into engineering when you approach. She winces and shields her eyes from the sun. She looks at you miserably, and you notice her right eye is glowing faintly. It's my new hollow eye implant, Tang says. Its ghostly glow snaps in and out of existence as she blinks. Seems to be experiencing some unpleasant side effects from it, similar to that of ocular migraine. And since warned me that this level of visual information can be difficult for the human brain to comprehend at first, you agree to follow her into engineering and get out of the sun. It's similar to a holopalm, she explains, still holding her forehead and squinting, but with an infinitely large screen because the projects directly into Oculus. It used to belong to Dr. Instance, but she passed it down to me to have with my work. I'm sure you get used to it. I know I will, it's only pain. It's more than an implant. Well, hollow eyes are on the very forefront of human augmentation. They represent our next step towards ascending as a species. She touches her red scarf where the holopalm used to be. No more clunky screens, no more privacy concerns. Elegant, integrated design. It observes the motion of my hand and uses it to generate an AR interface for my entire field of vision. It's partly powered by my own metabolism through the magnets embedded to my skull. It's beautiful. Nobody else is here. You hear the gentle hum of experiments running in the corner. This kind of technology is far beyond what we are capable of reproducing in the colony. Once they're gone, they're gone. Maybe Earth will send us a shipment of new ones someday, but I expect they developed something more advanced since we left Earth. I suppose it's more likely they've forgotten about us completely. What is my relationship with you, 74? The quiet tomb of the laboratory is shattered by an alarm. Tang jumps at the sudden noise and shuts her eyes. I have to get this, she mutters, gesturing in the air to silence ringing. The simulation I'm running is time-sensitive. Specimens require minutes to change to their environment every 2 hours. Temperature, humidity, light levels. If we had better automation, this wouldn't be a problem. Empathy and reasoning. I could do it. I can help with your migraine. You are in a medbay after all. You're rummaging for a bottle of tripens and a cold towel. Tangent grudgingly swallows the migraine medicine and lays down on the medbay with a towel on her eyes. You shake your head. This girl needs to take care of herself as you apply pressure to her temples. She slowly breathes in and out. After a few minutes, the tension of her face eases. I feel less human now, thank you, she said with a small smile. She wobbles over the experiment where she uses the computer to set the environmental parameters from what seems to be some sort of fungal growth comparison. When she's finished, Tang slumps down on the floor in the corner where it's nice and dark. She folds her arms and lays her head on them. That should buy me 2 more hours. Tang shifts over wordlessly, inviting you to sit down beside her. Her arms close and touch as she rests against yours. Thank you for your assistance. It was nothing. Gives you a slight smile, barely visible. Thanks for nothing then, I suppose. Please don't tell Instance that my magic is adjusting poorly to the hollow eye. It's only temporary. This stupid flesh prison is not allowed to draw the limits of my form. Night, early morning, you know how it is. So because your Rex is a shit for brains, coward. Yeah, go fuck yourself. I think I had everyone except this. Everyone is here so afraid of dying that they don't even bother living. I'm not afraid of death. I know I'll die eventually, and the thought doesn't scare me at all. I used to think it's inevitable that meant life was pointless. Yep. Hey, let's get out of here. I was just thinking the same thing. You go for a hike. After checking your gear, you and this strike out from the colony in seemingly random direction. It's hard to tell if it is random. This seems equally as comfortable here as he feels out of place in the colony. He easily finds hidden path between trees, worn by generations of xenofauna. He guides you to the clearing of the wilderness, featuring a large, flat-topped rock. This climbs up first and extends his hand, pulling you up, and spreads a blanket under the wide bowl of the sky. The sound of fungal forest swells and subsides around you as you lie there together for a few hours, broken only by a handful of meandering thoughts and conversations. This is comforting presence by your side, and you feel utterly safe under his protection. This traces his thumb under your knuckles. I'm glad I can share this with you. Not many people get it, but you do. Fun. Okay. How do we get out? Exploring again. Social and physical increases. Kind of want to do both. I wonder if there is a thing I can do that does both. Combat toughness. Defense training. Sports bar is bravery and toughness. Which is technically both. It's been a while. You know what? You on your way to the sports bar pitch when you literally run into Nam. She's dressed for combat training, her long curly hair tied back into no-nonsense braid. Oh, she says, holding your arm at length, checking you over to make sure you're okay. I didn't see you there. Aren't you going to sport ball practice? Oh, you're serious? Aren't we a little old for sports ball? I mean, it's fun and all, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just a game. I'd rather be training for the defense force. She marches off. Yeah, that's fair. I kinda expected that to be the case, but... You're out of bed at noon because you're allowed to, because it's your birthday. But also because you are exhausted. You barely slept at all last night. You've been having these nightmares since the siege. More and more every night. Like they're trying to tell you something urgent. You can't make sense of it. All the imageries jumbled together, all these possibilities and timelines and things that might happen. Some nights you wake up in a cold sweat, a scream already in your throat. You sit on the edge of the bed. Run a hand through your hair and check your holopalm. I thought people wished you happy birthday, but that's all. I guess you're getting all the birds. They aren't as important as they used to be. Right. And Marts want to meet you for lunch at the lunch today. You'll have to practice your smile. As you enter the lunch... Surprise! Oh no! You do your very best to play along and act surprised. Woo, streamers, balloons, great! All your friends are standing around, wearing goofy hats and clapping. Nomi is holding a bunch of balloons together, and they are bigger bunch of balloons larger than they are. And Rex is wearing a cute little waiter's outfit with a bow tie. You accept their hugs and birthday wishes, trying to hide your exhaustion and demurring with a few pointed, "All this for me? You shouldn't have. No, really." Rex wanders around with a tray full of little snacks, offering them to everyone with a wimpy accent and a silly, air-headed giggle. The goofball act chips away at the natural awkwardness of the surprise party. That is, the first 5 minutes after everyone shouts surprise, and soon everyone is laughing and enjoying themselves. Despite your exhaustion, you start to smile too. Your friends are so amazing. They're all here because they care about you. Then you get some unexpected guests. The lunch begins to fill with Helio kids. Mostly ones you don't know. The ones who usually keep them to themselves and, well, don't much like your original stratospheric grids. Vase is here as well, grudgingly giving you a nod of acknowledgement before he turns back to his friends. Besides you, Nem bristles with discomfort. Hey, who invited you guys? Carl says, stepping forward with his encourage. This is a private party. This is a public lunch. We can sit wherever we want. Customs right into the midst of the Helios. You guys want think that you just because you fell out of the sky, you are the Wormhole gifts of Vertumna. We don't need you. We never needed you. All you do is make things worse, like this party. You really seem so ready to fight. He doesn't seem to care that the body language of the Helio kids has changed from cookie to dangerous. You're just a bunch of fascists, you and Lum. The lunge erupts, chairs screeching across the floor as Helios jumps to their feet, yelling at Cal. Calling the colony illegal and Cal a fugitive. They jostle him around, but Cal plants his feet and stands his ground. You hear bottle breaking and see someone advancing in Cal. He's not backing down. Nah, make them stop. Hey, you, come on guys, cut it out. It's Rixton's birthday, don't make it a big thing. They seem to respect her, so they back down, but not before a few parting libelous shots at Cal's parentage and alleged actions with animals. She turns to Cal and pokes her fingers at his chest. You provoked them on purpose. I'm not your friend anymore. Don't ask me to stick up for you if you're being an asshole. Well, Mars exclaims, clapping her hands. That was an excitement, I think. Let's move on to the important part. Cake and presents. Under Mars's skillful party hosting hand, the mood shifts back to festive. You enjoy your presents and your cake, but tension boiling over like that is bad omen for the rest of the year. Yeah. Alright, one more thing and then we are finished for today. How is... Perception engineering. This is... all events has respawned, but... I don't think we need to get... if we need to get out or anything. Also, we never checked the new items in the shop. Let's do that real quick. Organizing perception. Oh, a vintage focus device, that's funny. Holo eye display. What was my friendship with Sim? I think it's pretty high. It's not full yet. It's at 80. Vintage focus device is a way to describe it indeed. Did I give you something this time? I did. What do you need? It's creativity, isn't it? Yeah. That's maybe a reason to explore. Yeah, that's fair. And also just getting collectibles and stuff is always useful. So perception and animals we don't need. Perception and biology or perception and engineering. We need more engineering. He's in any place, yeah. I mean, yeah, we could do bravery as well. We are very close to getting maximum bravery. But we get more physical tough. But we cannot get combat or toughness from these. So let's get engineering. Just gonna go find him first and then the yellow one, and then we can work our way backwards. And also I think this is going to be the one that with biology again. Focus of working whatever beckons you over. Fixed in here, yeah. Share your findings on the obsidian layer. You explained that below the sands, a thick layer of dark celestial crystal obsidian stops the convergent domain used. Right, you can see it in the stations, yeah, right? Yeah? It's one of the major landmarks in the geological timeline. Obsidian and earthquakes are both associated with volcanoes, but there are no volcanoes here, not even a fault line. It's just not natural. Yeah, you are. Piece of expedition equipment. I found this just over there. I don't know if it was discarded or simply lost, but you should be more careful. You're a guest on this planet. I have this route. Still 80. These are usually interesting. I marvel at it. Let's take a closer look at those alien solar panels. Two events. Taoismos plus 20. Yeah, we are getting close to that for sure. One more. So many items. And there is no longer a yellow event in here either. I think thirsty. One of these, film it from a distance. Creativity, heck yeah. Just clicking on the events real quick. Find the source, get some engineering. Nothing's falling. Where this is the flying thing. It's a bravery challenge of all things. I could have, I cannot. Yeah, it will never grow. Oh, love maximum bravery and maximum engineering. New perk. Oh, an extra card. More cards. All the cards. Hey there, Burble. Don't worry, we are also finishing up. Have a good sleep, darling. Always lovely to see you. Yep. I have seen this event a couple times now. Oh yeah, we are also have the master the skill buff now. Just run. More stress for nothing. Here's squad babies. Get them again. More perception. The third rate, okay. It becomes an 8. That's interesting. More engineering. Hell yeah. So much engineering. Hope they aren't eggs. Oh yeah, these are the fly event. So what is it? There we go. There are still some events. I don't think I have ever done this one. Just carefully go through. Okay, nothing happens. I just pass. Okay, I think we have seen everything. Alright, let's just go home. All the engineering. Slowly but surely maxing out everything. Time for a rest. Does anyone have... I don't think anyone has quiet as their birthday. So one more less, and that's where we will end after this one. The garden is a peaceful place where you don't have to think about how the colony is always simmering about being at war against nature of Vertumna. You can sit and empty your mind, smelling the sweet perfume of flowers and listen to the wind rustle the green grass. It's one place to find peace, even when it feels like everyone else is losing their mind. You don't need that many scary face. Give a quick look through. But yeah, it is time. So thank you everyone for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. We are slowly but surely getting close to the ending. I am very curious. And most welcome. And I hope I will see you all soon. Bye bye.